What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
Well, Dallas, we survived 2 WWA episodes because TNA decided that they had to take 2 weeks off, partially because they ran out of money. That's a rumor, at least. And then the other being because they were respectful and decided not to hold the show on September 11th, the year after the tragedy that was 9/11. But they're back for September 18th. I'm Bob Colling Jr., by the way. He's Dallas Gridley. This is the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
And you know what, Bob? I'm just so glad to be watching TNA again with my favorite basement-dwelling man-child.
Yeah. Tell the story for that one, Dallas.
Let's just start off with it.
Yeah.
And you know what? No offense is taken. One of our TNA wrestlers, he wrestled on the WWA episodes, Devin Storm, Crowbar, Tempest, whatever you want to call him, decided to retweet a post of ours this past week and said that he called me and Bob dwelling man children, or basement dwelling man children, trying to be snarky informed, in the know about wrestling. And it challenged all of our listeners to, if you can last more than 5 minutes before you shut us up. Well, you know what? Crowbar, thank you so much for listening. I am a fan of yours. As is Bob. We've talked about you many times on the show. And I just appreciate that you even took the time out of your day to listen to our podcast. So my feelings aren't hurt. But needless to say, that happened this past week.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised that he would even, if he were to even go out of his way to listen, that he would say that. Because like you said, we've put him over, if anything.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying the Tempest character. I enjoyed Crowbar in WCW, and Devin Storm on the WWA episodes we were watching isn't bad either. So, not sure what we said, but I don't know if are we sorry? I guess we're sorry, but I don't think we really said anything bad. So,
no, like the only thing that I can recall really is that we like ragged on the finish of the Crowbar Norman Smiley match, which is of no fault of his.
No,
it's just what they were given to do. So,
and you know what? I just also like to point out real quick too. We never said we're in the know about wrestling or anything. We have said before in the very first show, and we say it all the time, we are fans. We are not trying to make money off of this podcast. We are doing it because we love wrestling. We love TNA wrestling. So, needless to say. So,
well, you love TNA wrestling. I am just a viewer of general wrestling. This happens to be one
so
of
am
TNA.
Well, I know. I was going to say I love TNA, but I didn't want to leave you out of it.
I like doing this podcast just because it's from the beginning of a promotion. You're seeing it from the very beginning, the ground up. That's why I was intrigued to do this, not because I love TNA Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. Well, and you know what, too, Bob? Crowbar also mentioned that he said, fellas, give me a shout out next time you hand me my latte. Well, Crowbar, if you want to sit down and talk to us, I'll gladly hand you a latte, and we can have a talk about your time in TNA wrestling and anything else you want to talk about. So the invite is there. I think we've gotten in our 5 minutes, so I think we're good.
Yeah, and I kind of said before, I kind of feel like it's part of his character because, as you've mentioned, he has this new gimmick of being timeless, where he's kind of always poking fun. Will you not sneeze? That was Sarah, and in case anybody, Sarah from IcoPod.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just had to just sneeze one right there. That's great.
That was funny.
Well, yeah, he makes fun of like the new generation.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's pretty
Gen Z,
entertaining what I've seen about it. So,
yeah, I mean, but you know what? That's us, I guess, ragging on him, putting over his new character.
Yeah. I mean, damn it, he sucks. There.
Yeah, he was, super underrated and not really given a true shot. I mean, he kind of goes under the radar for being a really good worker and doing moves on Nitro that he does not get credit for when he did it well before anybody else in 1996. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He blows.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyways, moving on. Before we get into anything else, we mentioned this off the air, Bob. I think we need to just mention a few unfortunate passings.
Yeah, this stuff sucks.
This is insane. It's insane to me because, that I don't know if you've heard the saying, but they come
Everything
in threes.
Happens three. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got 3 to talk about here. So, on August 27th, it actually happened right before we recorded our first WWA bonus episode. So I don't think we ended up mentioning it, but Bullet Bob Armstrong unfortunately passed away, and he obviously is a prominent authority figure right now in TNA Wrestling. Obviously, we know his son is a referee, and his other son will eventually be in TNA Wrestling as well. So,
well, he has
that's
4. He's 4 kids.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Brian, he's got Brian, Scott, Steve, and Brad.
Yep. So that was very unfortunate. And then also, this is just a few days ago, we lost 2 more TNA alumni. Stevie Lee, otherwise known as Puppet, the Psycho Dwarf and the Midget Killer, whatever else who he wanted to go by, he unfortunately passed away. I was really, really surprised about this one, Bob. I don't know about you, but this one I was shocked. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And also, I also didn't know that Puppet was in like Jackass, and he was in American Horror Story, which is a show that me and my girlfriend really enjoy watching. And I didn't even realize. She was like, "Oh, did you see the little person passed away from American Horror Story?" I was like, "Yeah, he's a wrestler too." Like,
right. I didn't realize he was in Jackass either.
Yeah, I was once I saw that, I was like, "Wow, it makes sense." Like, if I realized.
Yeah.
But I would have never guessed. So, I'm assuming we have lots more Puppet to enjoy at our time here in TNA Wrestling. He's already given us many memorable moments, pulling a gun on Jared and all sorts of fun things.
Yeah, jacking off in a trash can. I feel like you mentioned, like, you were kind of surprised that we hadn't heard from him on social media, because a lot of guys are, responsive. Like James Storm, Chris Harris, and guys like that have either retweeted or Goldilocks, obviously, is someone that does it all the time. When we interviewed her for our first bonus episode, that we hadn't heard from Puppet, and now I wonder,
maybe he was ill.
Was there a health issue? Unfortunately, prior to his passing away. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I always just thought like, oh, I just probably got the wrong social media. Because who knows? It's tough to find people sometimes.
There's a whole bunch of different accounts out there. You never know.
Yeah, and there's some people I find very easily, and there's some people that I'm finding clearly fake profiles. So who knows?
What also is kind of creepy is I want to say that when we got to Bob Armstrong in this timeline, that I had gone to his Wikipedia page just to kind of like see, kind of like learn up a little bit on him more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a couple days later, he passes away. It happened to me again. I looked up a basketball player by the name of Cliff Robinson. I had always liked him. He always had a headband on. And I went to his Wikipedia page to look at his stats or whatever. And no kidding, I swear, the next day he died.
That's crazy.
I am not looking at anybody's Wikipedia page moving forward.
No, you probably shouldn't.
I'm not going to, because that creeped me out. That 2 times now in recent days that someone's passed away. I'm not going to go on Tom Brady's Wikipedia page and then have him croak on live television. I'm not doing it.
So don't say it out loud.
Yeah, or I'm going to go on to Wikipedia and be like, Terry Funk.
Oh, no.
Because you know what? He's old. He might actually die. I'm not doing it.
No. Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm not doing it.
And one more here of an unfortunate passing. I think this one shocked me even more. Like, it just kept happening. Barry Scott, who was referred to as on Impact Wrestling social media, that is like the voice of TNA. He did many, many promo packages. In fact, I used a clip of him saying "cross the line" in the beginning of our podcast. So Barry Scott, his voice was incredible, and he unfortunately passed the same day as Puppet. So that one, I was actually, it sucks because I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you, Bob, but I always, like, it was an idea in my head of like, man, I'd love to find the guy who does this voiceover and either get an intro or, do something. And then I see this and I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Because like his voice, I mean, when I think of old TNA packages and stuff like that,
that's him.
He like that voice is just like I don't know if electric's the right word I'm looking for, but man, it gets me like pumped.
For me, it's obvious. It's the WWF voiceover guy. If you watch any WWF hype video from like I don't know 95, 96 to early 2000s, that guy is someone I grew up with. It's like tonight, the Undertaker, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's oddly enough Barry Scott for TNA, because TNA was, like I've said a few times, I was heavy into TNA from like 2003 until probably when Hogan came. So like, end of 2009. Yeah. Because I knew as soon as Hogan and Bischoff got there, I watched that first one in 2010, and I was like, "This is horrible. This is not going well." But he was the guy. Like that voice was like TNA Samoa Joe. Yeah. AJ's the phenomenal one. Victory Road. Whatever it was. Like that was just,
yeah. And Impact Wrestling on Twitter shared a lot, a couple different of his promo packages, and there's like a Bound for Glory one that just like gives you chills. Like, I mean.
Is it the Rhino one? The Rhino one's good.
Oh, I think it might be the Rhino one.
The Rhino one's really good.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So I hate to start a show with 3 very, very unfortunate passings. That's horrible. But I think we could not go any further without bringing them up. So rest in peace to Bullet Bob, Puppet, and Barry Scott. Well, Bob, I teased it a lot on social media. Well, teased it. We've been posting for WWA for 2 weeks, and I feel so bad for all of our TNA fans who have had to endure random posts of some TNA talent, but the first week didn't really have much of any. So I did mention, though, that we would be chatting about the September 4th, 2002 Special X show that TNA did. It was TNA Pay-Per-View number 12, if you're watching on Impact Plus. And it is literally a clip show. They go through many matches, and I'm not going to tell you what matches they are, because guess what? If they had an X Division match up until that point, 1 through pay-per-view 11, it was probably shown on that show. That being said, they also talked to many wrestlers about what the X Division meant to TNA. Goldilocks and JB hosted, said a lot of really great things, mentioning how there's the combination of the different mat techniques, high-flying lucha style, high-impact style, and that's the X Division, and, stuff like that. So many people were interviewed. I'm just going to go through a couple names because, to be honest with everyone, when I was hyping this all up, I was really thinking there's going to be a little bit more stuff to talk about. But the interviews were very bland, very generic. But there is one thing that we will mention here at the end. But some of the people that were interviewed, we had the Flying Elvises. Sonny Siaki was interviewed separately. Amazing Red, the SATs, Round the Truth Killings, Mike Tenay. I'm forgetting someone. Monty Brown was interviewed. And they kind of sectioned off the show. So it was like they did a section on the Elvises that kind of set the standard for the X Division, winning the first match. Then they did a whole section on the AJ Styles Jerry Lynn feud. Then a section on the SATs and Amazing Red. And then a section on Low Ki. And like I said, everyone kind of just talked everyone up. All the different wrestlers talked about their favorite other X Division wrestler to watch. All kinds of stuff like that. Now, there's 3 interviews in particular that really stood out on the show, though. And that is because, surprise, Goldilocks was the one doing them. Goldilocks interviewed Low Ki, AJ Styles, and finally Jerry Lynn, who is, as we know, the new X Division champion. Most of those interviews were fairly generic as well. I mean, they asked them all the same questions. What are your thoughts on Jerry Lynn? What are your thoughts on Low Ki? Well, and what's your thoughts on yourself, essentially, as the order, how they went with it. And so they all made comments. I mean, putting each other over, saying, like Low-Ki was like, AJ Styles definitely has a character or is a character and someone who takes advantage of situations, stuff like that. So, they kind of played into how they're doing the storylines now. Styles mentions that Jerry Lynn holding the X Division title, because he was holding the X Division title was really different. No one's ever heard of it before. It meant no weight classes, and they were going to the extreme, and all that kind of stuff. So this was really a focus on hyping up the X Division. Now, once we got to the Jerry Lynn interview, which was actually at the end of the show, I think it ended up being about the end, like 15 minutes or so of the show. They didn't talk the entire time, but Jerry Lynn was asked pretty much the same questions. And now what got really interesting is because as he's putting all these other guys over and stuff like that, he talks about wrestling styles for the first time in Australia. Hint, hint, the WWA, most likely, which is a fun little talk. He also mentions that he has been pushing for an idea to the top, executives in the company about pushing for an X Division Invitational every 4 to 5 weeks to mix up the talent with independent talent, saying like anyone can come. So I thought that was actually an interesting point that he brought up as well. But then finally, the actual thing that really is going to probably mean the most to anyone who cares about this episode is that at the end of the interview, there's this loud bang, and Jerry Lynn looks over and he's like, "Oh, come on." And AJ Styles starts walking over to him. Styles walks in, he shakes his hand, he congratulates him on having his title, and that if he thinks it's over, in 2 weeks, consider it a new beginning. And obviously, that brings us to what we're about to watch today. And then after Styles turns around to leave, Low-Ki is standing directly behind him. He locks eyes with him. Styles walks around him and leaves. Low-Ki walks face to face with Jerry Lynn, and he says that AJ isn't the only one gunning for him, and Lynn says that he's looking forward to it. And then we go off air.
So I kind of like how that finished off, because, like I kind of said, like it's like a rebirth, new beginning, as they mentioned there.
Yep.
And the continuation of a Lynn Styles Low-Ki like 3-way feud is kind of cool, because that ladder match, which I think was the last match that we saw, was kind of bonkers. Like, that cradle pile driver off the ladder was insane.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna bring this up just because we have a lot of notes to cover today, about 3 weeks worth. So I'm not really gonna talk a lot about the last show, but Dave Meltzer did give that ladder match 4.25 stars, which is
that the highest? That's gotta be the highest rated TNA match to this point.
Off of my memory, yes, but I could see some of the other, like that first X Division, like was it the 4-way or was it the 6-way? I can't remember. One of the first like couple group matches. Yeah, it was the 4-way.
The double elimination 4-way.
That one I could see being rated pretty high up there.
What about the Styles Lynn, like best of 3?
I don't know if I have.
He probably rated those all individually.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point too.
Because as a whole, I think that whole series was pretty good.
Agreed.
But get into your notes. We're not talking about the last episode.
No, we're not.
Because you got 3 weeks of shit to talk about.
And we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about too. So don't think that this next 3 weeks worth of notes is going to be awful, because there's a lot of really fun things I'm really looking forward to. So let's get right into it, Bob. So we're starting here with the September 9th, 2002 Observer. We're going to be starting with Brian Alvarez. He does mention here that X-Pac does not have a no-compete after all, meaning that he could start at any time if they could afford him in TNA. He can't use the name X-Pac, but he was given permission to use the name Syxx-Pac on the independents. So we may be seeing Syxx in TNA very soon, according to the September 9th edition. Back here, they actually were still doing the Rash reports, Bob's favorite segment here, even while on their off weeks. So I think that's kind of fun. So Jeremy Borash said that the Special X show, which aired the previous Wednesday to when this released, will probably become a favorite of tape traders and would feature behind-the-scenes footage and special interviews from the participants. He said that everyone in the division, plus Mike Tenay, would comment on who they thought the best X wrestler was.
He was trying to say it's a popular thing on tape traders?
He said it's going to be.
Oh,
Which,
bad.
it's kind of weird to me that they were kind of promoting the tape trading scene. I thought that was interesting.
That's acknowledging that people are bootlegging your stuff.
Which, I mean, I guess it's better than pretending they don't.
I mean, I've always said that. I mean, if I were to have a company, ideally you don't want people bootlegging it. I get that. But more people are going to likely see it and then in turn become a customer.
That, and I also, this is a good point, is TNA has always been very open. As we've seen in these shows. Mike today will mention, hey, he just wrestled at Ring of Honor. He's a former champion here. TNA has always done that. They still do it to this day. They do not make you feel like you're a stupid fan.
Yeah.
Or do you think that when AJ Styles is wrestling in WWE, they're going to be like, yeah, he was the Impact Wrestling heavyweight champion?
No, they never acknowledge that stuff.
No. So that's something I appreciate, but nonetheless, kind of funny.
I think it's important to not have it just be your own bubble.
In wrestling, you can't. And I think that especially,
I mean, the only time they didn't do that was really during the invasion, because they'd be like, Booker T's a former 5-time WCW champion. But then again, they own the company at that point.
Yeah, so, but that's a good point. But I think by 2002, when people are realizing, wait, there's other shit around, and even they realize that with WCW too, though, you can't pretend that people don't know. And now in 2020, it's even more obvious that we know there's independent wrestling that's rising almost, I feel like every month it gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. But anyways, some other fun things that JB mentions here. He says that there's early rumblings indicating that a major Hollywood production would be stopping by a future TNA show to shoot a scene for an upcoming movie with a few major movie stars involved. And he says more on that as if it develops. And don't worry, we're going to talk about sort of what they're talking about shortly. Also, I don't know if you remember, Bob, but this was a few weeks ago, so far back that I forgot it even happened. But Mortimer Plumtree, if you remember, he was getting hired. Yes, he has finally officially moved to Nashville. He's starting this week, and he did, by the way, get an apartment and not a house.
Smart man.
So, yeah. There will be an NWA-TNA Wrestling School opening up in October that will be run by Jerry Lynn. And he says, our focus will not be developing the in-ring performance of our students, but we will not only developing that, but we will also be working on personality development and promos with Jerry Jarrett and others. This may be one of the greatest opportunities for someone looking to advance their careers in the business. So that's kind of interesting. Jerry Lynn's going to run a school with TNA.
I wonder who came out of the NWA-TNA school.
I'm hoping we're going to learn a little bit about that as we keep going, because that's a really great question, especially if it's opening a month after this was reported. That seems pretty quick.
I know, but I'm trying to think of anybody that would have came out of that.
Maybe some X Division guys? I don't know.
Rob Terry.
Jesus.
Robbie E? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. JB also says that Ron Killings was still recovering from his injury. Remember, he got a concussion recently, which is why he did not defend his title against Brian Lawler. And he also mentions that he had several smaller NWA territories had been talking about crowning their own X Division champions. So that was interesting.
Huh.
So that's it for the September 9th Rash report.
Smaller companies making their own X Division champion, that's what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's trying to get the X Division kind of feel out there, you know?
Well, because I know in like 2004, 2005 maybe, there was like an NWA Midwest X Division champion. So I feel like they did do that.
That makes sense.
But it's just weird because I don't believe it was ever tied in to NWA-TNA directly.
No, I doubt it was. So that makes sense then. Yeah. So Vince Russo was on Between the Ropes last week. You know, he talks about a lot of stuff that we aren't going to talk about here because it has nothing in relevance to us. But in something that Brian Alvarez says he completely disagrees with, he said that he had no desire to rely on internet input while writing TNA shows. And he says, quote, "You can't take a fair assessment by fans on the internet," he said. "Those are pure 100% wrestling fans that want a 2-hour bell-to-bell wrestling show. That's what they want. Anything different than that, they're going to blast," end quote. And then he says, Alvarez says, "Okay, listen, I agree that it would be ridiculous for WWE to write solely based on internet fan reactions, because with national TV, that compromises a very small part of their overall audience. But here's the difference. While I suspect only about 5% of WWE's audience surfs the internet for news every day, I would suspect that very close to 100% of the TNA audience does. It's a totally different audience. If 5% of the TNA audience doesn't have internet access and just heard about the shows from watching the in-demand preview channel or reading their cable magazine, I'd be completely shocked. TNA's audience is hardcore internet fans, and in order to survive, it's imperative that you give those people what they want. And if that's, quote, 2-hour bell-to-bell action, when I really don't think it is, then Russo is an idiot if he writes anything else.
I agree with him 100%.
It's a really great point, because TNA is surviving at this point word of mouth.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because he's realistically at this point in time a WWE fan. Internet-wise, is a small percentage. There's no doubt about it. Now, here today in 2020, it's, I think, enormously.
Oh yeah.
Internet. I mean, everybody has internet. Anybody that does that Thunderdome thing or whatever obviously has internet. I think at some point in time they've stumbled across news.
Yeah.
But in 2002, I think he's right to say 5% or whatever. But with TNA, it's probably close to like 95% of the people.
I think if you're a TNA fan at this time, you're a quote like smart fan.
Sure.
I think you got to be in a way. You don't. How do you know this is even happening? You don't.
Well, you look at the crowd. There's no children there.
Very few. Yeah. Very very.
If there's
few.
children there, they're with their parent.
Which is the only reason they're there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Agreed.
So.
So yeah, I think last thing here, we don't need to drag this on too long because I think we kind of covered it. But I think Russo is kind of in that mindset of still trying to write like a television show, and I think, which I get, but TNA I think at this time is very different than that. I don't think it's not a TV show. First off, it's a pay-per-view, and secondly, I think that a lot of the not wrestling stuff isn't great. So anyway,
yeah, we haven't had a good. Like wrestling angle segment. Ryan Killings will do a good promo. Jerry Lynn beating up AJ Styles at a store. That's funny, entertaining, I guess. But I don't know if there's been a segment where you remember it as a monumental moment.
All I'm going to say right there is the Dub Cup, brother.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm just joking, of course.
Yeah.
But anyways. We got a really funny article that was posted in the Winston-Salem Journal about Elix Skipper.
Oh, no.
So this is interesting.
Oh,
He kind of takes a little bit of a shot here at Skipper, which, to each their own. But anyways, Skipper, who worked at McDonald's for 13 years before joining the power plant at WCW, that's what it's noted here. That's what it's about, apparently. He says it wasn't funny because of the McDonald's part, but because that is, after all, a Fortune 500 company, but rather the part about how he was a big-time pro wrestling superstar that now that he was in NWA-TNA. So he's laughing at the fact that they're doing this story on him being in TNA, essentially. And also, apparently, Elix Skipper claimed that he didn't make one dime working for WCW Saturday Night, Nitro, or Thunder. And Brian Alvarez goes on to say, yeah, right. Then this is the funniest line of all. He said he always uses the catchphrase, I built this house. And now that he was in TNA, NWA-TNA, he says, I've got houses all over the world. So it's kind of a weird little segment, but I had to bring it up.
So I call bullshit on he didn't earn a dime for any Thunder, Nitro, or Saturday Night appearance or pay-per-view appearance. That's ridiculous. I think you can even look up WCW contracts and you can see how much he made. Now, maybe to him making $40,000 is nothing. He might have made more at McDonald's, and I'm not even exaggerating or making fun of that. He very well could have.
Yeah.
For being there for 13 years, at some point you're probably making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So maybe to him, like, it's kind of insulting that he'd be making less money being on television than he would be working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
But that's interesting that they would do a story about him because he's in TNA now.
Yeah, and don't worry, that won't be the last news story we talk about here today.
About Elix or just in general?
In general, not about Elix. Yeah, we got another one. So now we're going to be moving on to the Observer newsletter, still on September 9th here. This is so obviously Dave Meltzer speaking. So this I find interesting, Bob, too. We might have to investigate because apparently they still are talking about responses from favorite like shows up and down, thumbs in the middle, etc. So he does mention based on the responses they received, this number is going to sound shocking here. He only got 31 total responses from pay-per-view 11. Okay. 22 people set up, 9 set down, and the best matches being the ladder match. So 31 people. And now he compares that to 588 for SummerSlam.
Well, come on, dude. You cannot do that. You can't compare a weekly TNA pay-per-view to arguably the second biggest pay-per-view of the year for the biggest company.
Agreed.
You can't compare the two.
But his point here is that the idea of tape pay-per-views doesn't work, and this promotion would seem in trouble at this point since we've never had this bad of a response for any pay-per-view, except for something like WOW, which was World of Wrestling, I believe, or Degeneration.
Women of Wrestling, isn't it?
That's Women of Wrestling? Yeah, he just says WOW. There's a couple.
I know there's. You could be right. I don't know, but I know there was a women. I thought there was a women's company that had the same.
Okay. Well, he mentions that those kind of shows that literally nobody ordered. So he's never gotten lower responses.
I agree with that because if I knew that the August 28th show was taped, chances are I'm seeing the spoilers on either prowrestling.net or wrestleview.com, and I would have read them and I wouldn't have tuned in because I would have known what happened. That's what happens every time for me.
No, that makes sense. He does go on to mention that among the problems, besides the low rent feel and angles that are started and go nowhere, and there is no discernible face or heel personalities. He mentions the Siaki personality only makes the company seem Bush League. The more he is like The Rock, and that means it's worse every week. When he tried to do the quip about saying your prayers and eating your vitamins only leads to you prematurely losing your hair, it just shows what a child Russo is to have to do that to Hogan dig, to do that Hogan dig after all of these years. Digging at the opposition only works when you've got a competitive product or a superior in some way or another. When you put out an inferior product, it comes off as being a crybaby.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So, interesting point there. Also, apparently a local fan drove by the fairgrounds on August 28th to see what was going on that caused them to cancel that show. So remember, that was a tape show. It was at
the fair, right?
Okay, just hold on to your seat for a second, Bob. You're sitting down, right? Well, as it turns out, there was nothing going on at the fairgrounds that night. The building schedule conflict story appeared to be a work, and the shows were taped to save money, which everyone pretty much figured going in.
Oh, my God.
Can you believe that? They lied. They lied.
That's awesome.
Damn, that's local great. Fans. Yeah, well, geez. Well, you know, what that tells you is that a local fan didn't know what was going on that day and was like, let me go find out. And then realized nothing was.
Well, I mean, I wonder if would TNA try to smarten up the local fans, and then the local fans be like, wait a minute, there's no fair.
Or whatever it was. Yeah, the building's booked.
But there was nothing there.
I couldn't believe it.
That is awesome.
Couldn't believe it.
That's wrestling for you.
Yep, sure is. Now, as everyone remembers, Ed Ferrara has recently left. I think it's been, two shows now without him? Is that correct? 2 or 3?
Well, his last show was the tape show, right? Or no?
No, I don't think so. I think it was the one after the last.
No, so the 21st was taped the same day as the 28th. So the 14th then had to be his last show.
Yeah. So it was a few shows ago here.
Yeah.
So on him leaving, he was asked to take a pay cut and told the office he'd think about it before coming back a few days later and deciding against it. So that's just an update to what happened there. He just decided to not take the pay cut, which I don't blame him.
No.
Probably wasn't getting paid a lot anyway. This is an interesting note. So essentially, during the week. I think it was the week before. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Backstage at SmackDown recently, apparently Tony Schiavone was there. He went to Fayetteville when they did SmackDown there and kissed Jim Ross's ass in an attempt to get the job because of Schiavone being so vocal about their past history forever. Now, why I'm bringing this up, though, is that, I meant to point out the fact that people were laughing at, former WCW people laughed at Schiavone because of their history. I left that part out, my apologies. But I'm bringing this up here because apparently Tony Schiavone has also been calling TNA looking for work as well. Interesting.
I wonder if Tony would deny that today.
You know, at this point, we can fast forward ahead a little. Obviously, this was 18 years ago. When he does make his one and only TNA appearance, he has talked about on his podcast that day he decided he was done. And that was the last time he talked about wrestling until he started his podcast, really. And obviously now he's with AEW. So I wouldn't be fully surprised if maybe he was putting feelers around, and he is friends with Vince Russo.
Right.
So who knows? I am curious, though. That's a really great point. I'm wondering if he would deny it now, or maybe he remembers it differently. Who knows?
Or he'll give us the classic, I don't remember that. I don't recall.
I feel like he's not too bad about that, but...
you're right. But I know Bischoff, so I don't remember. I don't know whose idea that was.
It wasn't mine.
Yeah, exactly. Every time. Well, not every time. Sometimes he does own up and say,
he does.
I allowed that to happen. So that's my
fault. Also, apparently there's this Russ Haas Memorial Cup show on August 31st in Toms River, New Jersey for Don Bucci's Phoenix Championship Wrestling. And a lot of WWE contracted talent were going to be working there. But so were a lot of TNA guys. So... interesting note here, just wanted to point it out that a lot of TNA guys and a lot of WWE guys are going to be on the same show.
That's interesting because on my indie notes, I didn't see anything about that. What was it called? The Russ Haas Memorial Show?
Russ Haas Memorial Cup show. It was in Don Bucci's Phoenix Championship Wrestling. I don't know if it... I don't know, it should have happened by the time that we've been doing this. So it might have been... Who knows? It could have been lost in the stuff. I mean, a couple people. We don't have to go through the whole card, but the SAT.
It looks like I think I found it.
You did?
Yeah,
well, then you know what?
I found at least a tape of it to be sold.
Oh, interesting. But people like the SATs were on it.
It's an actual DVD. You could actually buy this right now.
Look at that.
Now it's off of the website of a gentleman that we don't necessarily want to.
No.
You know.
I'm not surprised.
Support, but.
Yeah. But anyway. So I thought that was a fun note. And actually, there's some future TNA guys on there too. Frankie Kazarian, Loki's on there. Jerry Lynn, Bo Dupp.
I'm going to mention this during the indie notes. I might just run down the card at the indie notes.
Yeah, okay.
Because I didn't even realize that this existed.
Cool. Well, yeah, and then I won't talk any further. Moving on here. Now we're going to be on the September 16th Observer, starting off with Alvarez. So we have our next news article, like I mentioned. Mike Mooneyham of the Charleston Post Courier did an article on AJ Styles last week. Nothing even remotely as funny as the Elig Skipper article from the previous week, he says. The most exciting thing was AJ saying his ring name came from taking the initials of his first and last name, Alan Jordan. Also, if wrestling dies, he said he's going to become a cop. He should have said he'd bag groceries at Topps Food. There you go. Okay. That's that. I just like that he said he was going to be a cop. Anyway.
I don't know what to say to that.
I don't know what to say either, man, about that. I just don't. Let's move on to some notes from the Rash Report. Again, a different Rash Report. Morash said their next live event, obviously, would be September 18th. There was no show on the 11th out of respect for last year's 9/11 attacks. We've mentioned this many times. He says that TNA is just steps away from reaching a deal with a former WWE star whose first name is Sean. I know what you're thinking, and this is what Alvarez writes. I know what you're thinking, and to squash the rumors now, it is not former announcer Sean Mooney.
Yeah, okay.
And he says, obviously he's talking about Sean Waltman, a.k.a. X-Pac.
Shawn Michaels is going to show up on NWA-TNA television.
Hey, you like that? Waltman, by the way, is expected to debut on the 18th. For whatever reason, Borash mentioned that Sabu had ruffled some feathers and wouldn't be back with the company anytime soon. But that's strange because why would this come up like a month after his one and only pay-per-view match? He said the man under the bullet mask would also be revealed on the 18th. And then he guesses who it would be, which I'm skipping over because sometimes his witty remarks just piss me off. He said that they might book Jerry Lynn versus Ron Killings on the 18th. Not sure. We might do it, but we're going to tell you guys anyway.
Champion already?
Yep. Which would be the first time an X Division champion got a shot at the world title. He talked about his experience also on September 11th, 2001. And I bring this up here because this was actually during the WWA tour last year. And since we covered the shows, why not mention it? And a bunch of wrestlers ended up getting stuck in Australia. And he said the Australians were really great and went out of their way to be helpful, which doesn't surprise me because I feel like Australians are great. So it doesn't surprise me.
You're just trying to get more Australian listeners.
We do have some, which is really great.
You're trying to get more.
I want more listeners anywhere. So yeah.
All right.
But I do like Australia a lot. Also, another note that it's not a definite, but there has been talk of using Terry Taylor and Larry Zbyszko as an old school tag team in the
my God.
in the 918 title tournament.
Oh my Lord.
Right,
No.
you don't want to see that?
No.
Come on.
No.
Man.
Oh my God. Could you imagine Terry Taylor and Larry Zbyszko against Brian Lee and Ron Harris? No.
Yeah, I
do not
Book
want to
it.
witness that.
Book it.
That's horrible.
This next note here, this is no longer about the Rash report. This actually, I don't know if this is the second time this has happened or not, which is why I'm bringing it up. So the story is funny in a pathetic way, he says. There's a radio show in Kentucky called The Bob and Tom Show, which sponsors NWA-TNA. On week 1, TNA sent them ad copy for their first show. They read it. On week 2, TNA did not bother to send new ad copy, so they read the first ad again, which of course plugged matches that had already aired the week before. It gets better. On week 3, TNA did not bother to send them ad copy, so they read the first ad again, which by this point was plugging a show 2 weeks old. This comedy intentional on the part of the radio show, but clearly unintentional on the part of TNA, went on for weeks. Finally, one of the hosts snapped and went off saying he couldn't believe how pathetic it was that this company cared so little about their advertising that they refused to ever send new ad copy. Finally, a caller went to the TNA website, got a lineup for the following Wednesday's show, and read it on air.
Yeah, you've said that before.
So it has been mentioned before, but I don't know if it happened again, which is why it was reported again.
Oh, you don't know it went on for weeks. You thought it was just one time?
I don't know. Because it was mentioned before that a fan sent it in. But then this is reported weeks after that first story was reported. So I don't know if it just happened to happen again or what. So I wanted to bring it up again quickly.
Huh.
But needless to say.
That is amazing that they couldn't be bothered to literally write down on a piece of paper, hey, this is what's going on, and then give it to the radio show.
Yeah. Okay, well, we are moving on here to our final observer, September 23rd, 2002. We got a decent chunk here to cover. We got some interesting stuff. So let's get right into it. If I can find where I just was. There's apparently an influx of new capital either coming in or expected to be coming in as they increase the budget significantly for the September 18th show, which is promising for us today, Bob. Mm-hmm. And they are planning on bringing in bigger name talent. Among those scheduled to debut or return on the show included Scott Hall, coming in at a lower rate than the $3,000 per show that he originally contracted for on the 4-show deal. Also Sean Waltman, Marcus Bagwell, and Brian James, a.k.a. the Road Dogg, for the first time, and they will also be bringing back Hermie Sadler. I can't wait to tag Hermie in posts again. I love him.
That's like your favorite by far.
It's so great. And the debut of Dustin Diamond, or Screech, from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Now, as he mentions, think about Hall, Waltman, Bagwell, Brian James, and Brian Lawler all in the same dressing room on the same night. It's kind of weird. He also says Disco Inferno, who had backed out when they wanted to cut his pay below $500 per show, was also scheduled back, so the budget has been upped. So apparently Disco is going to be gone for a bit, so that's interesting. I don't think that was reported. originally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if losing him is that big of a deal.
He just talks. He's just on like a talk show.
Yeah.
No specific plans so far for Ricky Steamboat's return, but that was given the impression he'd probably be back as well. They had started the Steamboat heel turn when they stopped using him as part of cost cutting, if you remember.
Right.
So, fun stuff. Len Sable sent out a press release talking about a New Jersey court ruling against the promotion that he won. Mind you, Sable was, by the way, we talked about him previously in some legal stuff in TNA. He was claiming that the judgment may result in like seizures of the pay-per-view or live gate revenues. Apparently, this was as misleading as it gets. Actually, Sable had sued the NWA-TNA in small claims court in New Jersey for $1,900 in travel expenses he hadn't got paid, and won by default when JSE, the parent company of NWA-TNA, failed to defend itself due to the feeling it would have cost more to go to New Jersey and fight it than they believed they didn't have the abide by the settlement due to the improper jurisdiction argument. His press release indicated that some sort of major legal victory with the quote, that while the Jarrett's or JSE complaint asked for damages not to exceed $10 million, the victory achieved today was for a different amount. Sable claimed in the suit that he had a contract that included profit sharing and equity in the company and a monthly salary through July 2003. Sable claimed the company had already violated its contract in the number of taped shows allowed. So, fun stuff. Oh, that was a lot. That was a mouthful. The legal stuff always gets me.
Well, there's always a lot of legal stuff, surprisingly, for a company that is 11 weeks old.
Yeah. Bob, you'll be glad to know that the deal about bringing Terry Taylor and Larry Zbyszko in as the tag team tournament sounded like it has fallen through.
Thank God.
It might not happen.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, I guess so. Sean Waltman signed with the company last week. Surprise.
Wow, all right.
And he will be debuting on the September 18th show. Looking forward to it.
So would you take Sean Waltman over Disco Inferno?
100%.
Okay, all right.
100.
You never know, Dallas.
100. And now he is going to be actually a tag team partner with Scott Hall in the Gauntlet for Gold tag team tournament. He'll be working as Syxx-Pac, as we've mentioned previously. And the match will be a regular Royal Rumble style affair until two guys are left. Those two will join their partners in a tag team match with the winners getting the belts.
Syxx and Scott Hall are going to be in the tag battle royal.
Yeah, sure are.
Interesting.
Honestly, I don't hate it though.
Excuse me. No, that's kind of surprising to me. Those are probably your two biggest stars, and they're in a tag battle royal.
No, don't you know that Jarrett's the biggest star, Bob?
Oh,
Do you know what we're watching?
You're right. I'm ignorant for even suggesting that. I apologize.
Yes. Now moving on to this is Alvarez also. He just mentioned the stuff about Sean Waltman, but this is a new comical story of the week. Now, Bob, if this doesn't hit home a little bit, I don't know what will.
Oh God.
He says, this is gonna be a mouthful, so bear with me. Chris Ford, aka Crowbar and Tempest in TNA.
Oh God.
He wrote a long article last week regarding his status with the company. Specifically, he was addressing the rumors that he was no longer being booked because he started, quote, bugging the office with repeated phone calls regarding his position. He said he had made a lot of phone calls recently, but they weren't to beg for a position or anything. He said the office first called him in August. He was given the impression that he would be tagging regularly with Slash, which I think we also had that assumption. Yeah. Since he works full-time as a physical therapist, and he writes in quotes, and think about that, he arranged to get Wednesdays off so he could do the pay-per-views. And he was told that TNA was operating on a strict budget and that the cost flying him in from New Jersey was a problem. He agreed to fly to Atlanta and then drive 3 hours to Nashville. So he started working his new schedule at the physical therapy office, but still wasn't being called by TNA. So he called back and he said he'd have to take a pay cut. He said, okay. And he writes, quote, during that conversation, I agreed to take a pay cut where after expenses, I would probably be breaking even performing for NWA-TNA on Wednesday nights, end quote. Still, he was not called in. During his next conversation, he was told that budgeting was still a problem, but if he lived in Nashville, they'd use him. Quote, "This was a sacrifice I was not willing to make. After my previous 3 sacrifices yielding nothing, I was not about to risk my current employment, medical coverage, home, and consistent weekend independent work on the Northeast for another promise that may fall through." End quote. Sure. Yeah, makes total sense. I agree. Yeah. This article was originally posted on the One Wrestling website, probably because Ford spent a lot of time ripping apart newsletter writer Wade Keller for what he claimed was distortion of facts. However, One Wrestling is owned by Bob Ryder, who is in TNA. And apparently, someone noticed that not only did it rip apart Wade Keller, but it totally buried TNA and exposed how much financial stress they were really under. The article quickly vanished from the site, although it had been up long enough for many other websites grabbed it and posted it on news boards. People who read that story were then quite surprised to learn about all the expensive names being flown in for the September 18th show, including Waltman Hall, Buff Bagwell, Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell. And there are 2 stories about why this horribly cash-strapped company has decided to fly in so many guys. The first is that they have actually been in contact with real-life investors, as opposed to kayfabe imaginary investors that indie promotions also claim they have shown interest, and are trying to make the 18th an absolute blow-away show to impress them. The other story is that the investors have already pumped some money into the group. This makes the most sense, since TNA is also telling employees that there would be a big announcement made to everyone before the show. And now just to follow up on that real quick before you comment, Bob, about the travel, stuff like that, Jerry Jarrett then claimed that he actually would never allow Ford to make that much travel sacrifice, which is weird because Mike Tenay has gone on air talking about people like the Maximos and Red, who early on were taking Greyhound buses from New York to Nashville to do the shows because the Atlanta to Nashville drive is too tough. That quote, that was a separate part. So Jarrett was saying that the Atlanta to Nashville drive is too tough and that he was only not booked due to where he lived. So interesting. And then he says, that's sort of funny since the Armstrong family drives from Pensacola, Florida, which is a lot further than Atlanta. Ford's slot was pretty much taken by Cobain, who lived within driving distance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I'm Crowbar, I'm not going to sacrifice a job that you're probably making decent money at. You have benefits, like you said, and you can still wrestle on weekends. So he's living both worlds pretty well. So, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I'm curious, does it say who this financial backer is?
Not yet.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure that might explain why Syxx-Pac and Scott Hall are back.
I think it definitely makes sense that they were pumping money in. I think that Alvarez had a really great point there, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Malice has gotten over really well in IWA over the weekend in Puerto Rico. He was interested in staying in Puerto Rico full-time or maybe an 8 to 9 week run. He obviously is under contract with TNA and brought up coming in from Puerto Rico, but they told him he couldn't fly in from Puerto Rico every week. So he hasn't made a final decision if he's going to stay or not yet. That's interesting.
I'd probably stay if I were him.
At this point, he probably should. He's probably making more money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go into the Rash report. This is our final Rash report here before the show, which is fun. He said the September 18th show would be a, quote, new beginning for the company, as we've mentioned many times, and he's already even said, too. Just what we need in wrestling these days, Alvarez says. Another new beginning. Which I'd like to just point the fact here that TNA Wrestling has probably had the most new beginnings out of anyone, and I love them.
Oh, my God, yeah.
But they do it all the time.
Yeah, it's bad.
No. And then he says, actually, to be perfectly honest, that he actually sort of missed TNA the past 2 weeks, and he says he doesn't know why that is, because usually there's far more stuff that he hates than he likes on the shows. I thought it was interesting, though, that even though he hates most of the stuff, he still missed watching it for 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? Maybe he watched the WWA shows like we did, and he was like, "Wow, TNA in comparison to this is actually not bad."
Yeah, TNA is actually not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Borash also says that the situation between Jeff Jarrett and the Tennessee Titans was, quote, still a popular topic of discussion within the local football media.
I doubt it.
Yeah, well, that's what Alvarez says, but he says he doesn't read football media, so he can't
then,
actually.
No, then he's not. Then he's wrong. There's no way. Who would?
Hey,
no.
JB said it. Okay, who knows?
No.
I forgot about it already, to be honest with you.
There's no way that in the NFL season, which at this point is probably week 2 or 3, maybe, they're not talking. Well, remember when the Titans were messing around with Jeff Jarrett on a low-level pay-per-view wrestling company? Mm-hmm. Sure. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
If it were WCW or obviously WWE, then yeah, they probably would be, but not right now. No way.
Yeah. Apparently, AJ Styles and Kid Kash was added to the pay-per-view we're about to watch, so that's officially an announced match. He teased that the two guys didn't like each other behind the scenes. That's why they're having the match.
Wait, so the story or the angle here is that they don't like each other for real backstage, so let's put them in the ring.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he teased it. Yeah. He also sarcastically thanked, quote, a certain wrestling website, end quote, for announcing that Lenny Lane was not really gay.
What?
He says, Alvarez says, I guess he was trying to say that this was not really newsworthy, which if that's the case is really funny because half of these rash reports are filled with non-newsworthy information, such as his comment that Floridians are known for their preservation of the awe-inspiring worker handshake. So he's knocking Borash's not the rash report being semi-pointless. So that's funny because they probably don't report on half of the stuff he's saying. So,
yeah.
Anyways, he says, quote, a celebrity who remains undefeated on Fox's Celebrity Boxing will be stopping by Wednesday night. And then Alvarez calls that, what a hideous Mean Gene style plug. He's talking about Screech from Saved by the Bell, of course.
Dustin Diamond, yeah.
And now, Bob, get ready. We have some names for our tag team gauntlet Jeremy Borash has announced. This includes Chris Harrison, James Storm, the Hot Shots, Slash and Cobain, Ron Harris and Brian Lee, the SATs, and the Flying Elvises. And then he mentions whatever happened to Don Harris, because as of course we don't know yet. He hasn't been there. Wonder why.
And for good reason.
Yeah. He also says that CM Punk and Ace Steel might get X Division tryouts. This is pretty exciting. Some early CM Punk. I'm looking forward to that. And he mentions that he loved this line, quote, this Wednesday, Bob Armstrong will reveal who the Bullet is. Should be a good payoff. That's what Borash thought. And then Alvarez tells us to write that down. And he goes, it's probably Road Dogg, by the way. Which me and Bob, we've guessed. It's got to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was Road Dogg when we've seen him. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think it was Steve Armstrong.
I think I had that as a no at one point, but I can't.
The other brother.
It probably was. And he mentions also, this is a weird quote. Predictions, Scott Steiner will be wrestling again in October. That's a Borash prediction for you, which is interesting.
What? For TNA?
No, he just says wrestling again. But Alvarez mentions he's been wrestling for some time already in New Japan. So, yeah. So interesting comment, to say the least. I think that's a tease of like we were trying to get Scott Steiner.
Yeah, that's what I would be taking it as.
As we've mentioned, TNA. No. And as we mentioned, Hermie Sadler will be back, but apparently it's to make a big announcement concerning NASCAR and TNA. Alvarez says, I can't wait.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure his excitement level's through the roof for that. The TNA car.
Oh yeah, he's got to be super thrilled.
Yeah, knowing Vince Russo, he's probably like, it's got to be number 69. The TNA car, 69. Got to do it.
Mm-hmm. I got two more quick notes here, and we are going to move on to indie notes. So, the newest DirecTV magazine has not one single ad for the company's pay-per-views. Truly unparalleled, he says. So they have no ads for the pay-per-views. That's awesome.
That's a surprise.
And now this is a funny note. This might kind of dip into the indie stuff a little. I don't think it's something you would have reported on though, Bob. Okay. So I just think it's funny. A funny note. He says, I found this depressing. Former WWE developmental wrestler Flash, of course now Cobain in NWA-TNA, tried his hand at promoting a show in Martinsville, Indiana on September 14th. It was actually his second show, the first of which featured him in a match against longtime OVW wrestler Trailer Park Trash. And he says, I'm not sure how the first show did, but this one, featuring an epic rematch with David Flair as referee, drew 100 fans.
I mean, I've been to shows that have fewer than 100.
That's true. I mean, so have I. But I just thought it was fun, like just the way he wrote it. So apparently, Cobain is a promoter now.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna knock him for trying it.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah, that's really all I got, Bob. I had a couple other like boring things, so I'm just gonna skip over them. Nothing good.
Well, you know, if there's a lull in the show, you can bring it up then too. Who knows? Yeah,
sounds good. So let's move on to the indie notes. I'm excited to hear what we got.
Well, here, let me just bring up this Russ Haas Memorial Cup. Now, if people are not aware, Russ Haas is the brother of Charlie Haas, and he unfortunately passed away, I believe, in 2001. Could be wrong on that. He had like a heart issue. He was going to be obviously tag partners with Charlie, and there was a lot of buzz around the Haas brothers around this time until the tragic death. Let me just double check on the date of his death here. Yes, he died on December 15th, 2001. He was only 27, and the cause of death was heart failure.
Wow.
He was trained by Mike Sharp, so it's interesting tidbit. But yeah, so him and Charlie were gonna, be maybe like the next wave of tag teams. You see the Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, stuff like that. Before its unfortunate death. So this is obviously a memorial for the family, and as you mentioned, it featured plenty of TNA guys, none of which, maybe aside from the SAT, appear on this show, and that's why they didn't pop up on my indie notes this week.
Oh.
So Amazing Red was involved in the Memorial Cup, and he was teaming up with Matt Stryker, and Stryker with the Unibrow. They defeated Divine Storm in the SAT in a first-round match. Jamal, who would be Umaga, teamed with Charlie Haas, who was going under RC Haas, to defeat the Hit Squad and the team of Malice and Seven. And Seven would be known as Kevin Thorne or Mordecai.
I didn't know that. That's cool. I didn't know. I was wondering who Seven was.
Yep, so that would be who that is. Damaja and the Machine, which would be Doug and Danny Basham, defeated Christian York and Joey Matthews and the Ballard Brothers in another first-round match. Lance Cade and Nick Dinsmore, they lost a non-title first-round match against the United Nations and the team of Bo Dupp and Matt Vandal, or Matt Vandal, excuse me. PCW television champion Frankie Kazarian, who we'll see, I think like a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
He retained against Loki, who we see often enough. Damaja and the Machine defeated Red and Steve Carino in a semifinal match. Carino was not in the first round, so I don't know why that was switched up. Jamal and RC Haas defeated the United Nations for the other semifinal. Kid Knight, and he defeated Little Ricky. I don't know who either one of those guys are in a lumberjack match. And the Russ Haas Memorial Cup final bout saw Nova teaming with RC Haas to defeat Damaja and the Machine. So I have no idea why they switched out Jamal for Nova or Carino was thrown. I don't know what was going on that show. I might have to try to find a way to watch this without directly supporting the person that has it. But yeah, I just thought that when you mentioned it, I was like, I've never even seen that. So
yeah,
I probably would have seen it the next time Red or Loki competed on the show.
That's a good point.
But so let's get into the other stuff here. Kid Kash He lost to the WWC Junior Heavyweight Champion Eddie Colon by disqualification at the WWC's 29th anniversary show on September 14th. In case you didn't know, Eddie Colon would be known as Primo in the WWE. AJ Styles defeated Adam Jacobs at a recent NWA Wildside TV taping. The SAT, they retained the ECWA tag titles on September 14th in a elimination match against Divine Storm, Buck Wild, and Stryker, and that was Stryker without the unibrow, in the team of Billy Bax and Mozart Fontaine. And the last bit of news is that Buff Bagwell, he was the RCW champion until he lost it to Stan Lee on September 15th. And no, it's not Stan Lee. That was Puppet, right? Was that Puppet's name?
No, it was Stevie Lee.
Okay, good. I was gonna be concerned if he had lost the Puppet. That probably would have crushed him. But Stan Lee was victorious over Buff Bagwell, and I guess Stan Lee was previously the RCW champion, so he regained his precious championship. But that is all the indie news and notes leading in to the September 18th episode of NWA TNA. All right, Dallas, are you ready to do the September 18th, 2002 show or what?
Dude, I'm freaking ready. I got two small dark matches I can just bring up when we as the intro is going on too.
All right. Well, if you guys want to follow along, I suggest going to the TNA Plus app or Impact Plus app, and or getting your DVDs out or whatever the case is. You know my spiel every week, whether it be this or IcoPod, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to count down from 5, and then we're going to get the 12th pay-per-view, NWA-TNA, 9/18/2002 on the road. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, so while we got this intro playing here, just like I mentioned, we got two dark matches. We are, of course, in Nashville, Tennessee, at the TNA Asylum. We have 750 people in the crowd tonight, Bob. It just says papered. I don't know how many of that is papered or if all of it is
750?
papered. 750.
Well, this new beginning has more attendance than the last show.
That's true. Oh, hold on. We're starting right off with Goldilocks backstage. So hold on 1 second on those dark matches. She's talking about pretty much hyping up the show here, talking about the Gauntlet for the gold.
Yeah, she's running down the card.
Only one will walk away the champions. Some new faces and a familiar faces, and here's one right here, Scott Hall backstage, wearing a weird sheriff shirt.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, so they're bringing up the fact that he wasn't faring well against Jeff Jarrett last time. He's like, yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, it's a sensitive subject.
Oh, he's got a great partner, and he's going to be here any minute. Oh, they just said it right there. Sean Waltman. Oh. And there he is.
Wow. Waltman's looking good.
Good to have you back, Goldie says.
He's never been there. So.
No. Okay, so while we get in this crowd shot here, two dark matches. Chris Michaels defeated Corey Williams, and Big Bully Douglas defeated somebody. It just says a question mark. So.
Oh my god.
That's our dark matches.
That's awesome.
We are at the table here with Don West and Mike Tenay, the excitable Don West.
Don West is back with his silk-looking blue shirt, blue with purple. I don't know. It looks more like a blue.
With the silk tie matching, by the way.
Yeah. Tenay still with his regular-looking suit.
Oh, yeah. Later tonight, we will have new tag team champions. And you know what? Honestly, though, Bob, I'm excited to have new tag team champions because they kind of killed it by giving it to two people who were feuding. And then, we haven't done really anything. Tag team stuff.
I feel like that's a Russo favorite.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Bro, you know what's really good, bro, is when you got tag champions, bro, and they don't like each other, bro. It's good shit, bro. I love it. Because, you never know, bro. The guy might punch his other buddy in the face, bro.
So they're just running down a lot of the names who are in the matches, but, oh, here we go. Official announcement, though. Jerry Lynn is going to challenge for the NWA Heavyweight Title against Ron the Truth Killings.
I don't like it. I don't like doing champion versus champion so early.
Well, he could be a Triple Crown winner right now.
I doubt it.
That's what Don West is saying.
I mean, I would totally love it, but I doubt it.
Oh, Dustin Diamond is here.
So that means that only the NWA World Title's on the line.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Don West is just saying names of people I don't know that he's saying that Dustin Diamond could face off against. Who is that masked man? Will we find out? We better fucking hope so, because if I have to see Fake Bullet come out one more time, I'm going to lose my shit.
It's going to be Steve Armstrong, I'm telling you.
Steve.
Steve. I'm surprised Brad... Was Brad ever in TNA? I don't think he was.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing, though. Is like, they literally handcuffed this dude. Jarrett's beat him down, and not once did they try to take his mask off.
That's right.
Okay.
Brian Lawler earlier today. Oh my god.
He yelled to Goldilocks, "Don't even talk to me, I'm waiting for someone." And then 5 seconds later, here he is. Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, so he's saying that he never touched her.
And he says that she's a puppet master.
Yeah.
Jarrett's the only one he can trust, he says.
That's interesting.
He goes, "Where is she now? You came with her." That's a good point. And what is she doing right now, Brian? Damn you, Brian Lawler.
I hate you, Jeff Jarrett. You're
Look at
always
this.
touching my girlfriend.
And then starting off our show here. Double J.
Are you surprised, dude? Jeff Jarrett is on every fucking show.
No, but he's not wrestling. He's in street clothes still. With his huge ass golden cross, with his unbuttoned shirt. You got to show a little chest. I still don't get why he hasn't already brought like the guitar gimmick to TNA. Even those WWA shows that were very close to TNA, he was doing that.
I'm honestly shocked by it. I thought for sure that he would have already used it.
Yeah. He says, "All right, Bullet Bob." He's wearing sunglasses indoors, so we know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah, he's super pissed. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. I'm not liking this green shirt.
No.
The hell is that?
Oh, no more games tonight? Damn it, Bullet Bob. Bring your masked henchman now. Or he's coming back there.
It's gonna be Sparky Plug.
Oh, and he's gonna beat his Depends off. Sparky Plug, okay.
Jarrett's getting like babyface pops right now.
He has been for weeks.
It's true. Nashville's like his backyard.
Look at the Jeremy Borash sign.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeremy Borash gave that to him.
Yeah, right. Jarrett's like, "Fuck it, I'm going backstage. I walked out to the ring for nothing. Now we're going backstage. Dark as fuck. Can't see anything here."
If Bullet Bob was like right at Gorilla, I would have laughed.
Look at Jarrett
Right,
ran into
Bullet.
Kim ran, essentially. Get out of the office, which is the locker room and also the bathroom.
Oh, there's the mask guy. That's definitely Road Dogg.
Yeah,
And he
dude,
has
that-
tattoos on his arms.
Yeah.
Now. You can tell when he's going, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, come on.
I can't wait for Mike Tenay's response of, "Oh my God, it's Road Dogg."
Look at all the tattoos and shit.
Yeah, the guy last week or whatever didn't have that. Give me a break. He's gonna do the jabs? Yeah.
Yeah,
come on.
see?
That's a giveaway.
Mike Tenay says, "That looks awful familiar."
Yeah,
Weird
no
that the Bullet wasn't doing that before, huh?
Is he gonna?
Oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
And there you go.
It's BG James.
Oh, yeah, he grabs the mic and says, "Oh, you didn't know?"
Jesus Christ.
And then he takes the mask off.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Ryan James debuts at TNA Pay-Per-View number 13.
That's funny. Dude, you were just wrestling for WWA like not that long ago. Or was he? I don't even know. Who knows?
He was a little bit. Those weren't really televised necessarily, but no. The roadie.
What? You were the roadie?
Do you like? We're
currently living this with IcoPod.
Oh, yeah, I know we are. Yeah, do you like his like little like thing hanging off his chin?
No, I don't like how every single wrestler appears to dye their hair blonde in 2002. So, okay, now he's just dropping every single stable he was ever in.
You got to get the cheap pops, man.
Yeah. For what? Oh, I thought he was saying he wasn't proud of his hair. There's something he's not proud of, and he touches his blonde hair. For what?
You gonna jump on my daddy? The James Gang. Oh, we're thinking ahead.
That's the future tag team.
What? He's gonna find a partner. Who else is coming?
I'm gonna say Bob Armstrong.
Well, I wouldn't be
surprised. Him and his dad.
Oh, he tells JB to step back because he's not done. JB's like, go whatever. You go do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, man. I'm not touching you. Yo, Double G. Oh, Jesus.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, okay. 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 The G in BG James stands for get it, got it, and good. Okay.
Is that his music? Because that ain't good.
I think it's Bob Armstrong's or something, isn't it?
Is it? It might be.
We've heard the song.
A guitar solo. Why do they keep on saying back? They were never there. Are they just saying ring, like out of the WWE? Like I'm glad that they're back out of that prison.
I guess so.
But to be fair, BG James has been out of that for a while.
Oh, at this point, was he?
Over a year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he was gone before like WrestleMania 17.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised it took him this long to bring him in then.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would have at least thought he would be on the first show in that Gauntlet for the Gold.
Yeah. Well, we're back at the table here, and they're just hyping up the Gauntlet for the Gold again. If that tag Gauntlet sucks, I'm going to be pissed now.
It's the second sneeze of the show.
Sit tight. Goldilocks is back with the Elvises. Oh, Sonny Siaki is with him again. Sonny Siaki and Jorge Estrada.
Now, Jimmy Yang is still in Japan, right?
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Or while he, well, because he was at the last show, wasn't he? Yeah, Jimmy Yang was at our last show, so we bet you he's back in Japan.
Right.
Oh, Sonny Siaki says he did some soul searching. He took a whole look at Sonny Siaki, and it wasn't all about him.
So BG James was released in January 2001. And then get this. On March 26th, which was the final Nitro, he was backstage looking for a job, but then realized that wasn't happening because WWF purchased the company.
I've heard that story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Sonny Siaki's basically saying he's going to be Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels was a tag team wrestler before he was a superstar.
Well, he's not wrong.
No. And so he said he's focusing on the team again, which is it. I'll take this tie-in right now, because he did help the Elvises win their match last week, or last pay-per-view, which was kind of weird because he was leaving the building and he came back to help them.
I don't think this is gonna last.
No, it's definitely not going to last, but I can buy it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, who's this? It's Lollipop. Everyone watch out. Uh-oh. They show these NWA shows at the bottom while they're shaking their butt on the screen. How you want to pay attention to the shows? I don't give a fuck about NWA Wildside on September 20th right now.
I don't either. But Lollipop is my new favorite character.
Uh-huh. Hello.
Jeez.
Yep.
Leaving very little to the imagination.
Oh man, whose music is this? It doesn't sound familiar.
I think it's Kid Kash, isn't it?
Is it? Oh yeah, it is. I don't remember hearing his song before, I guess. But here he is, Kid Kash.
I just want to point out we are 13 minutes and 42 seconds into this without any actual wrestling taking place.
Starting off strong here. We had a fun surprise in the beginning, so.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think I would like going that long without a wrestling match on a pay-per-view.
I do agree with that. Here he is, guys. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
And now remember, these two hate each other, so that's why they're fighting each other.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You saw what I just saw, didn't you?
Yeah, Jeremy Borash, and then he flips it, is a tool.
Oh man. That was my new favorite sign in the crowd.
That's awesome. What are the chances that gets confiscated?
Now that he flipped it around, it's pretty high.
I think it's got to be, right?
Well, Styles is in the ring but grabbed a microphone. We're still not getting a match yet. Whoa! First of all, I'm going to be a cop if this doesn't work out.
I don't like Kid Kash.
So
that's why we're fighting, because Vince Russo found out about it. Okay.
He's talking about Sonny Siagi's jockstrap.
That's fine.
And Jerry Lynn? You think this party between you and I is over? He says, you're badly mistaken. Every second of every day, you'll be in his sights till he gets back the title, essentially.
Please shut the hell up.
Oh, honestly, I read that sign as, would you please shut the up? And I was like, whoa.
Well, because there's a hell in the bottom left corner. It's not really centered.
Here we go. Kid Kash versus AJ Styles. I think this should be probably going to be pretty solid, I'd like to imagine.
I think this could be good. You have a breakout ECW star in 2000 against the breakout TNA star of 2002.
Yeah.
And guess what? They don't like each other.
No, they hate each other. Styles probably hates Kid Kash because his hair is long. He's wearing pleather pants. And he probably hates Styles because he's cocky and he wears that weird hat all the time. And he's
I'm really curious as to why. I'm really curious as to why they didn't get along.
I think it's just a gimmick.
Oh, because who reported Borash did?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, then, yeah. I thought it was Alvarez.
They might not like each other. That's why they're fighting.
Oh, okay. All right. This whole time I thought it was Alvarez that said that.
Oh, no. Sorry.
So then I disregard what I just said, because, yeah, he's definitely just trying to find a reason to.
Unless he just brought Kid Kash down. He had a hammerlock on.
Yeah,
reverse it. And flip, and another one. Okay. Better than sleepers, I guess, but pretty much the same thing, but with an arm.
It's the 2002 version of a sleeper hold, yeah.
100%. Throwing Styles against the rope. Styles comes back, stops, and backslide. Is he going to do it? No.
No, Kid Kash, absolutely not. Misses a spin kick, but gets a leg sweep for his troubles. Oh, the I have a penis sign is back. That's nice.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, that reminds me, Bob. I have to email Chad and see if we can get a hold of Chad. TNA
you haven't got a response, though?
No, I haven't emailed. I keep forgetting. I have it written down, though, to make sure I do it.
That'd be hilarious.
How do you feel about Styles' earrings? Look, he's like, yeah, I'm a boy toy.
I don't know. I feel like Styles really shouldn't have a gimmick. It should just be that he's a good guy that does really cool moves.
Well, instead he's a bad guy who's a glory hound, apparently.
Well, that also kind of works, I guess. But springboard dropkick by Kash to knock Styles off the apron to the floor. He's signaling for a somersault splash, potentially through the announce table.
No way.
So, all right.
So
Slingshot Hurricanrana instead.
Why was Borash just standing up?
Because he was surprised that happened.
He couldn't believe it.
His eyes are always bugging out.
Yeah, they are. Oh my God, Bob. Oh, here we go. Guys, a rare moment. We are fighting near the announcement table. Oh, Styles up on the apron. Kick him.
Moonsault through the table. Oh, damn it.
I almost thought that was going to have to be the DDT, but I'm pretty sure that was just a moonsault. So
yeah, it was.
TNA. Man, these guys are so
back. Springboard dropkick back into the ring by AJ. Do Impact Wrestling fans now chant just IW instead of TNA or no?
No, they chant usually "This is Impact."
Really? They're like, "This is Impact," like that type of stuff?
I think so, yeah. Well, there hasn't been fans in so long, I kind of forgot, but
yeah, like what, 5-6 years?
Bob, no.
Oh man,
you should watch it. You might like it.
I probably would.
Oh, look at that
corkscrew dive off the top
rope,
off of a springboard too.
Styles caught him wicked good too. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was nicely executed.
Oh, Kid Kash is putting him in a move I forgot the name of.
The Walls of Jericho.
No, he calls this something because he's about to pick him up and slam him. Come on, tonight, tell us what it is. What? He didn't do it right.
No, that just was a Boston Crab.
That's what he does, and then he flips him back and he like doesn't move, like a powerbomb slam. It's not the bankruptcy.
We'll call it the cash flow.
Nope, it's the cash on delivery. KOD.
All right, well that was close. I think the fans were just chanting "Cash's money."
I think that's what that was. Yeah, lots of counters and kicks. No. Looks like he double underhook and he was going for the moneymaker, but it was blocked. Apparently, it's another one of his finishing moves.
What the?
Oh my God!
Styles has dropped him over the top rope, throat first off of a Death Valley driver position.
Essentially, like a TKO onto the top rope.
Yeah. The crowd is like way more lively this week.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, just leapt off the apron to do a swing flatliner.
Okay.
What in the world? Interesting.
Mike Tenay's just pointing. They're all right out here in front of us.
I want to point out they've been outside the ring for at least 12 seconds, and Rudy Charles was up to 3 on his count.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Now we're calling him David Kid Kash.
Yeah. Well, he did go by David Kash a couple times in ECW before he was known as Kid.
Oh, he did? Okay, yeah. I didn't know that.
Head scissors sending Styles head first into the middle turnbuckle.
Grabs him from behind, but Styles goes around the back. Couple elbows to Styles' head, and Kid Kash is in the back now and goes to German. Oh, that was almost really scary. German suplex into a bridging pin, but Styles looked like he was going to land on his head, but...
Yeah. Some dangerous stuff here early on.
Styles against rope, ducks the clothesline off the ropes into that... Oh, yeah, okay.
Damn it.
Into that moonsault DDT, which we all knew he was not going to hit perfectly.
No.
But there it is.
He's hit it perfectly, I think, twice.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, in his entire career. Like, we saw the only times he hit it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a cool move, but it's just like you can't do it straight. Like the other person's got to be literally too close for them to probably be comfortable.
Right. Styles with some chops against the ropes. It's not been a bad match, I would say, so far.
No. I think this is a fine opening match. I wish they started with this instead of all the segments, but look at that.
Jesus.
Jumped up to the top rope to hit a hurricane run over to Styles, and he's going fast. Holy shit. Oh. Look at that tornado DDT.
Man.
The cover.
Honestly, if I'm Vince McMahon and I'm watching this, I'm like, hey, Kid Kash, come be part of my cruiserweight division. Let's have some fun. He's hitting all of his spots. That's pretty good.
Look at that. Hit scissor takeover and the discus clothesline. I had to look because I knew he was eventually in the cruiserweight division, but it doesn't look like he came in WWE until 2005.
Yeah, the end of 05, I think. And he's there not even I don't think he's there a year.
Well, it looks like he appeared at One Night Stand. That's his first appearance.
Yeah, but then he was part of the Pitbulls or whatever with Gibson.
That's 2006.
That's 06?
Well, let's see what he did. What did he do on? It just says he interfered in the main event in One Night Stand. Apparently, I don't remember that, but he 06 was the Pitbulls with Noble.
So was he at One Night Stand 05 or 06?
05.
Wow. Okay.
And then he made his pay-per-view debut in December of 2005 at Armageddon.
Right.
And he defeated Juventud to win the cruiserweight title.
Right, and they went way over their time, and they got in trouble for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did he just drop kick AJ Styles in the nuts?
Yeah, looks like so. AJ was going for a springboard, and then Kid Kash just kicked him right in the nuts. That looks like that was fun.
That did not look good.
When did Kid Kash leave WWE then?
Oh, see, I just closed it. Hold on.
I know. I saw.
It looks like,
I saw the screen on your.
I think it was 2006, September 27th. His WWE announced that he was released. And then he did Indies. He returned to TNA.
Right.
And then I think that's it. So yeah, he wasn't there very long. It's a shame because he's pretty good.
That's disappointing. I thought he would have a longer run than 10 months.
I guess I didn't realize he had such a short run. I didn't know.
Well, we got a few years of him here in TNA, so.
Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to it.
Kash crotching AJ on the top turnbuckle. Is the cameraman holding AJ's foot?
I can't tell. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he sure was. Okay.
Or was it JB? It was one of them.
I think it was the
second row.
That's got to be it.
1, 2, 3. Styles Clash second row.
That was a good opener. Standing ovation by the crowd.
Nice. Today's can you top this? That's what the X Division stars do every week here on Total Nonstop Action.
Titan fans, how about them Cowboys? I'm assuming the Cowboys must have beaten the Tennessee Titans recently.
I'm sure you don't. I'm surprised you don't know the date and the arena it was in. And
no, I'm not like that for football, Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, certainly not the Tennessee Titans or Dallas Cowboys.
You never know.
My area of expertise is pro wrestling. Hey, Buff. Hey, you quit, remember?
I know. To be honest with you, darling. So he's just saying he's been given opportunity after opportunity, but he wants to show the fans that he's here for a second chance. Not Buff, but Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Is he going to wear the tights and everything again? Team with Too Cold Scorpio?
God, that would be awesome. Here's the thing. I'm confused. So you were saying in your notes that the drive from Atlanta to Nashville was worse?
Well, Jerry Jarrett said it was.
Okay. Well, Buff Bagwell's from Atlanta.
Well, can we look at this? Can we just pause real quick? What the fuck is on Road Dogg's head?
I don't know.
It looks like a stretched out condom.
Yes, it does.
And it's even got the tip. What in the world?
Yes, it does.
Goldilocks is looking at it too.
The top of his head is Chris Candido in a Skip outfit. And his little pecker is on the top of his head.
Oh my God. No way. These two are going to be a tag team right now. I do not want to see that.
That was an awkward hug.
I don't want to see that team.
I don't know.
Okay. JB is up on the top of the entrance stage. Oh, from Saved by the Bell. You know him as Screech. Dustin Diamond. Here he is. I'm so excited.
This is so stupid. So you're telling me a guy that was on Saved by the Bell, a popular TV show, drew 750 fans in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Well, if it was Zach Morris, I'm sure there'd be.
Do you like how they gave him a staff shirt? They're like, here, wear this.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you think of NWA Total Non-Stack Action? You've seen only one match here, and we're 28 minutes into the show. Really? Says the guys are making him feel at home. And he's great to be here. Of course it is. Oh.
I know him. I know him from the Screech porn tape.
He recently knocked out Horseshack.
Who the hell is Horseshack?
I was just going to ask you, Bob. Who is that?
I have no idea.
Horseshack. So. Oh. Wow. Okay. So he's Is this the guy I'm looking about? Career. I think I'm looking at the wrong person. No, I have no idea. Oh, if he gets some training in the future, Dustin Diamond's going to be in the ring.
And then he just insulted Jeremy, who then makes a face, of course.
He says, well, I'm not a fighter myself. What?
He's trying to have Don West fight him now.
Don West is like, no.
Are people afraid of Dustin Diamond right now?
Tiny the Timekeeper, who has been beat up many times, by the way. I didn't know he had a name. Tiny.
He's going to box Dustin Diamond. Do you want to be a timekeeper for the rest of your life? No. Well, then go in there and knock him out.
Wait a second, Bob. China was also on Celebrity Boxing.
China was?
Yeah. Apparently Weird Al was asked to fight her, and he's like, he didn't see it as a positive career move to fight with a woman on national TV.
Oh, that's probably right.
Dustin Diamond versus Tiny the Belt Keeper. Going to get boxing
Who
gloves.
won? Does it tell you who won, like, the championship or whatever?
I'm trying to, see. It looks like there was only 2 episodes.
Are you kidding? I thought it was like a competition show. I vaguely remember that being like a thing. Like Peter Brady did it, I think. Christopher Knight.
Let's see the names. We got Danny Bonaducci, Barry Williams, Todd Bridges, Vanilla Ice.
Oh, Barry Williams is who I'm thinking of.
Paula Jones, Tanya Harding, and here we are, the Hot Shots backstage with Goldilocks.
They gave their spot up for the Gauntlet for the gold.
What?
Yeah.
Weird choice.
Give the Young Lions a chance. There already are the Young Lions.
Goldie says you guys aren't even old enough to drive a car. Why did they give their spot? Steel and Punk, Wild and Rave. Hold on.
So they were thinking that they gave up their spot, but then Goldilocks was like, you guys didn't give up anything. You guys were the 10th rate tag team, so the match was made because you guys aren't good enough to be in it, and you have to win your way in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, here's Disco.
Damn it. Goldie says, so Disco's looking for Brian Lawler, who has got the puppet strings hanging out. And Goldie says, yeah, it's not my turn to look at it after him this week. Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, now we're back in the ring.
Since she just informed us of those debuts here. So CM Punk on the Independence a few days before this defeated Mike Cruel at JAPW, Never Forget, on September 13th. And then in an infamous match, he lost to CZW World Champion Justice Payne on 9/14. Ace Steel defeated Colt Cabana at MAW on September 1st. And then the last bit here, Jimmy Rave, he retained the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship against Jeremy Lopez and Slim J, our favorite Slim J.
Oh.
At a Wild Side taping
my
on
God.
9/7. And then he defeated Ruckus on 9/14 at a CZW show at the ECW Arena.
Nice. Well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing all those guys here. So we are literally about to have a boxing match between Tiny the Timekeeper and Dustin Diamond. And I just want to point out that Dunn rang the bell once and it fell off of a cooler and he couldn't ring it again.
Did he just beat Tiny within 10 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah. He's counting? Wait, what? Whose music's playing?
I think that's Dustin Diamond's music.
No. Oh, maybe it is.
I think it is.
Okay. So they played the music before they actually said it was a knockout.
Yeah, I mean, how much did Dustin Diamond just get paid for that?
I feel like he was probably paid to come out and stand in front of the crowd, and they talked him into doing the little bullshit.
I feel like he didn't get nearly as much money as you would think he did.
No, probably not.
I'm thinking less than $1,000.
Shh, Lollipop is on. Shh.
Oh, excuse me.
I like the music they have. Hello, hello.
She should be selling at least 75,000 pay-per-views, but just by herself.
Yeah.
Who is that? That is not nearly as impressive. Thank you. Let's go back to the.
Oh. Hello, hello.
Yeah, Dallas, you're drooling over there.
I've just never seen Lollipop before.
Right, and, you don't blink at all when she's on.
You can't. How can you? You'll miss something. I feel like they're okay. This is going on a little long now here, but
Well, yeah. Whose music is that? Sounds like Sanjay Dutt.
yeah, it does. Oh,
This is the three-way match. Okay.
Holy shit, they're running.
Oh, it's Jimmy Rave and Derek Wilde.
Booked it to the ring. They booked it so fast, JB didn't even know who was coming, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not.
And from Chicago, Illinois. Hell yeah.
Steel. Crazy Ace Steel. He's a lunatic. CM Punk would go on to be, in his own mind, the best in the world.
I really like CM Punk, so.
I do too, but I don't think he's the best in the world. I find him kind of sloppy, personally. But
Oh my god.
do.
Oh my god. Maybe I got blinders on, man. Holy, okay.
You do.
Listen, I don't want to be the one to point this out right now. But I believe it's Chase Stevens. He's packing right now.
See, I never look at that stuff.
Dude,
But apparently you and Austin do all the time.
that was in your face.
Oh my god.
It looked like he was just getting a little too excited backstage before he got out to the match and he couldn't fit. Look at it. Get out of here, Chase. Get out of here.
What the fuck?
He's got a freaking boner.
What if they just added shit to it to make it look like that?
That'd be funny. If they did it, they did their job, I guess.
Because I could see, dude, that can't be real.
I don't know, man.
Dude, that's not real.
Okay, Bob, who's your pick to move on to the Gauntlet? For the
Bro,
gold?
that is not real. There's no way.
You see it now, though, don't you?
Yeah, but that's alarmingly big. Dude, no way. There's no way. There's no way that's real.
Okay, CM Punk doing a lot of technical moves.
Get out of here. No, that's not real. No, I will not be quiet, Sarah. There's a guy with a huge erection.
How do you feel about CM Punk's gym short look?
Dallas, we're not talking about CM Punk. We're talking about Chase Stevens' fucking penis that is going up to his belly button. That is so not real.
I don't know, dude. I think it was.
No. No way. Because I think Cassidy O'Reilly has the same thing.
CM Punk off the top rope with a crossbody.
No way. How are the commentators not discussing this?
I don't know how they can't, to be honest.
That's a foreign object. That could hurt someone.
The ref should have been patting him down to make sure. Oh God.
What was
Double
that?
team by Ace Steel and CM Punk. I don't know a lot about Ace Steel, but I've heard his name a lot.
Dude, come. There's no, there's no way. That almost wraps around his entire waist.
He's packing.
Is that what the Hot Shots, is that like code for that or something?
What do you mean?
It's
Oh,
just so
oh,
stupid.
it might, maybe.
We got, if Casty Riley has the same thing, and it looks like he kind of does, there's no way that's real.
I don't know, man. I was just pointing it out because like it was really in your face.
Yeah, it is. Oh
Holy
shit.
shit!
Derek Wilds just somersault, but he got caught with a powerbomb.
No, see, look, it got smaller.
No, I mean,
his
dude, he's got kind of the same thing going on.
looks. Oh, quick Hurricane
Why
Rana.
did he jump up
Cassidy
on him?
O'Reilly's does definitely looks. I would say almost more fake. Like it doesn't look as like.
It looks more like crunched up, but it's definitely
Yeah.
the same thing.
So you think they got gimmicks in? I think
Yeah,
they might.
dude.
They might.
Because it's folding over.
Here you go. Split like moonsault without
Dude,
splitting his
come
legs.
on. When he just stood up, it's the same thing.
Why do they got that?
Oh my god.
Russell was like, "Hey, bro, I need you guys to stick this in your tights, bro, so you know it looks like you're packing heat down there, bro."
I can't take it seriously now that you pointed out that they have
I'm sorry.
a big thing. Like, I didn't even look at when they were doing their entrance. I would not even notice
It
it.
was
Probably.
basically in my face. Like, how could I not see it?
I hope it falls out.
Me
Whatever's in
too.
there.
But who do you think's gonna win this, Bob? Do you hope the Hot Shots do because they got big dicks right now, or what?
I mean, they're gonna. Oh
Oh.
boy, that was dangerous. I would hope so.
Well, I think they probably will, but
See, but this could be seen as false advertisement because if let's say there's a woman in the crowd and she finds Chase Stevens attractive because he's got a forearm in his pants.
well,
And
you could
then
say,
she
well,
goes to the hotel with him, and it's not that at all.
well, Chase Stevens is the character. That's not the man, you know.
Yeah, but she wants the character.
Hot Shot's doing a lot of quick tags in and out, trying to keep their erections as hard as possible.
That's just not right.
Hey, man.
Right. Cassie O'Reilly with a delayed vertical suplex on Jimmy Rave. He almost pinned him in a 69 position, but his penis would have been on his jaw, so he switched it over. Rave with a quick inside cradle for a 2 count. Oh, clothesline. Take care of Jimmy Rave.
He's done. He's done.
I'm really tempted to look it up if that's the intended gimmick here for the Hot Shots.
You know,
that
just
they have.
pause. It might be in the newsletter next week. Who knows?
Oh, okay. You're right.
So let's hold on it. If we don't find it next week and they still got penises, then we'll know. So that basically.
Well, who even
Lions-
knows if they'll be there next week at this rate? These guys are. Who knows? I don't know. Jimmy Rave with a super kick. Which, if he did that today, he'd probably be one of the biggest stars of professional wrestling.
I like Jimmy Rave.
I kind of like this Derek Wild guy.
The way he's flipping in and stuff, dude. It's pretty impressive.
Why is he tagging in not his partner?
Maybe he's closer.
Okay, well, CM Punk almost tore Cassidy O'Reilly's knee in half. That horrible drop kick attempt off the top
Bro,
rope.
stop.
But he's the best in the world. Let's not forget that.
Not in 2002.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Chase Stevens pushes Cassidy O'Reilly off the side and clothesline CM Punk. And here comes Ace Steel. Just kidding. Over the top, he wins the Royal Rumble. And here comes Derek Wild.
Oh. Super kick German suplex combo. With the guys that have 2 large hogs.
Fun fact, Derek Wild has not wrestled since 2016. I was trying to see some more information on him since we were talking.
Jimmy Rave just landed face first on the floor after a backdrop by Cassidy O'Reilly, who then misses a twisting crossbody to the floor. This is ridiculous. Oh, geez.
Oh
CM Punk
my
with a senton
God.
dive onto O'Reilly. Is this going to be nothing but dives now?
Well, yeah.
Right. Derek Wild here getting ready. And
Holy shit.
oh, no one caught his head. So he just
He-
whacked his head on the fucking
He
ramp.
could have just died right there.
Yeah, that was horrible. Jesus. Oh, Steel with a springboard clothesline on Stevens. He's crazy. He's crazy A Steel.
Hey, apparently Derek Wild was a GCW, or Great Canadian Wrestling, Tag Team Champion with Michael Elgin.
Really?
2007.
Oh, that wasn't.
That was nice.
They call that the twist of something.
Twist of Pain.
Twist of pain.
So, yeah, okay.
Ace Steel and Punk are going to the Battle Royal, but the Hot Shots aren't. The dudes with the biggest dicks in the ring got pinned.
I was going to say,
Oh.
I was going to vote for Punk and Steel.
Well, you know what? When you show off that type of man meat, you're going to end up getting beat.
Well, they definitely are.
You got to be modest.
There is, baby. It's blonde hair CM Punk. I love it. Okay. And now they're throwing temper tantrums.
Tantrum.
They're still looking large and in charge.
Stevens just kicked the bottom rope and then held his foot because it hurt. These guys are funny.
Hey, you know what? At least they remained stiff and solid through that whole match.
Jesus.
And speaking of stiff and solid, here's Lollipop.
Oh, Lord. Your favorite.
Oh, Kaylee, don't look at the screen. Go away.
Yeah, don't come over here.
Lollipop's here.
That's going to be my Halloween costume this year.
You're gonna be Lollipop for Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the other one.
Perfect. Time check here. We are 44 minutes and 57 seconds in. They're really dedicated to Lollipop. They just show her at this point. They don't go to the other road.
I'm not surprised that she ended up being more of a character.
Yeah.
Here we are, James Storm and Chris Harris backstage with a bright ass white wall.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are extremely disappointed to be knocked out of the tag team tournament. Jesus. He's like, they don't got to worry about the hot shots because they are out of the tournament. Well, guess what? The hot shots weren't in the match before, and or the tournament before, and they just attacked you backstage.
That's right.
Jesus. The funny cowboy stuff is like so lame.
Yeah, it doesn't have legs for it.
Chris Harris is like, I ain't even gonna get mad tonight. You know what?
Sure seems like he's getting mad.
Whatever it takes for us to bring home the gold. Oh, Chris Harris said, let's round him up, Buckaroo. Storm says, you can't say Buckaroo. Oh, he said, okay, he can, because he's...
Whoa!
Wow. Oh. Who are we introducing now? Scott Hall and Syxx-Pac.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
We appreciate Syxx-Pac. Nice sign.
Oh,
there he is.
The Battle Royal right now?
I don't know.
Must be. Oh, he's just known as Six. That's his WCW name. I don't know if they can do that.
Well, it's supposed to be
go.
Syxx-Pac.
Oh, maybe they couldn't fit it on the match graphic.
That's what I was thinking. Look, there's the six ball right there, baby.
Yep.
Oh, we gave him a little too sweet right there.
The crowd looks kind of younger than usual.
Yeah, they do. That's a good point.
Marvelous me.
Do we know why he got released? I don't know if we figured that out or not.
Six?
Yeah.
Wasn't it, I want to say, a drug failure?
Oh, might have been.
Drug test failure? I don't know. www.tnachad.com.
I tried. It's not active.
Oh, damn it.
But you know who might buy it now?
Oh no.
You know where to find TNA Cross the Line Pod? TNAchat.com.
I thought you were gonna say Tony Khan.
No.
That's where you can get all elite wrestling.
Hey yo. Yo, Syxx-Pac, bro. I was coming down the aisle and I was waiting for my stretcher, bro. Because every night I'm out here, I get out on a stretcher.
Because I get beat up, yo. I'm kind of tired of it, Chico.
They're chanting 1, 2, 3. Yes, the Manhattan Center, he pins you, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my god.
Like
See, I don't like when they do this though. Like you can acknowledge you're outside your bubble, but come on.
Well,
Not from like 93.
Well, this is the same thing Road Dogg just did. He literally was like, "Yeah, I used to be the roadie." And it's like, okay, okay.
We had a feud in 1995, and I never forgave you for it. Well, Scott Hall's working for free.
Yeah, okay.
I bet you TNA officials are probably like, "All right, well, we won't pay you then."
You said it, not out there, not us.
Yeah.
I like this sign. We appreciate Syxx-Pac.
Was that some kind of like angle or something that WWF didn't appreciate him?
Well, you guys probably don't like me, but too bad.
Yeah.
All the bad shit you heard about us, it's true, he says. But we love professional wrestling, which is why we're here. The NWA-TNA. Oh, he's not sports entertaining anymore. Interesting that they were talking about not sports entertaining, even back in 2002.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd never realized people talked like that necessarily back then.
Well, they resent it. Yeah, I mean, they're all pro wrestlers, and I agree with you. You're wrestlers.
Yeah, I agree. Someone's just screaming in the crowd for no reason at all. Oh yeah, they're ready to kick some ass! Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Brian Lee and Ron Harris. Syxx just did a super awkward thing, and then he hits the X Factor. And then you better help out Scott Hall, buddy. Oh, just kidding.
See, now, he didn't even perform a move on Brian Lee there, and he's gonna hit Razor's Edge here, or Outsider's Edge. He can't counter that.
Bam. Oh, he told him to suck it. Okay, so this is not the tag stuff. He said, we're just going to see that tonight.
What? They just did a segment like that for what?
I don't know, but Scott Hall's jacket still says Lone Wolf, so I'm hoping he turns on Syxx tonight.
That'd be awesome.
Goldilocks backstage with Brian Lawler, who just keeps pacing. My girlfriend. Have you seen his girlfriend, April? Maybe it should have been Alicia. What do you mean she was taking money from guys? What? Oh my God. He's yelling so loud it's screeching in the mic.
Yeah.
I like that he talks so loud he blows Goldilocks' hair.
It's a life or death situation. Is he involved in a match tonight that I don't know about?
I don't know if he is. Oh, we're welcoming someone back. A lot of segments, not a lot of matches right now. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hermie Sadler. I can't wait to tag you in a post, Hermie. Loving that hat. I love it.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a goatee going on here, too. A little beard.
Well,
you know, I think I looked it up, and I'm not going to go on Wikipedia because if I do, it means Hermie's going to die. I'm pretty sure he never won a race.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He walks over to Mike Tenay. I'm glad to be back here in the TNA Asylum.
Remember that time when he beat the NWA World Champion?
Maybe that's his announcement.
I'm coming for the gold, Ron Killings.
Yeah, Bob, I just want to confirm. No, he had no wins.
Did you go to Wikipedia?
No. Well,
Okay.
he didn't. Wait, hold on. That's not true. Hold on. That's in the NASCAR Cup Series.
That's the important one.
Okay, what's the NASCAR Xfinity Series?
That's a different series. But I was talking about. Well, how many did he win for that?
Just two.
Okay, so he won 2. Big whoop.
Okay. Well, you know what? I still like him and appreciate him. So
He's all right. He's a good guy.
stop it. He hasn't raced in 2 years.
I think he's retired, isn't he?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, he
Professional
might
wrestling.
do something in NASCAR, but he doesn't race it.
Hold on. I don't want to skip ahead here at all. But he comes back to TNA like years and years later.
For what?
In 2000, it says in 2007 and 2009.
Interesting. That's I didn't know that. I mean, I know he works with TNA for the UWF for like 3 years, but
Oh yeah, I see that now too. What? He worked at Global Force Wrestling too? Oh
yeah, I
my
guess,
god. What? He was in the board of directors.
man.
What? Yo, Hermie is the man.
He kept your favorite wrestling company alive all those years.
I know. So the TNA is going to be associated with Hermie Sadler in NASCAR races. Apparently, is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, it would appear so.
Oh,
Oh, Bruce.
no! Come on, Rainbow Express. Come on. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay, just Bruce. I'll take it.
the Miss TNA.
He doesn't have the wig on.
That's unfortunate. Who is he taking on this week?
James Storm. Well, I missed the sign.
Push.
Wow. This is a very important fact. Mike Tenay said he's the longest reigning champion here in TNA
Oh, Lord.
as Miss TNA.
Push. I prefer him as fake Hulk Hogan.
No, Funkamania.
Yeah.
Which got a microphone. Hermie Sadler's on the set now.
Maybe it'll be Hermie. Maybe he'll try to be Miss TNA.
He said he doesn't understand Bruce. What's this? Oh, he's got to be the greatest Miss TNA that's ever lived. Well, good thing there's only been one other one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lord.
He said he sees Mike Tenay eyeballing his perfect ass. Too funny. Oh, which woman is worthy enough to fight Bruce?
Oh, nice disco shirt there.
He's threatening to fight Hermie.
Well,
They're all chanting.
Oh,
Athena.
that's Athena right there. They actually have her at ringside now, so you know that she'll be used at some point here.
Wait, the girl in the dress right there? The black dress?
The black dress, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So it looks like their petitioning worked out for her to at least get to ringside. Well, she's not going to get voted in.
Wait, Jeremy Borash is walking around ringside. Are we about to find someone? Oh my god, he goes, are you a man or a woman? I can't tell. Oh my. What about you
Fight
fat
hard.
hog? Okay, come on. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
He tells this girl, you
pickle.
kind of remind me of racing. You're fat and oval. She's walking all the way around, even though Jeremy was probably going to bring her through the guardrail. Who is this?
I don't know, but she ain't winning.
No. Okay, well, she's getting in the ring now. I'm going to try to get a name for us.
Well, geez, he attacked her right as she entered the ring. That's a cheap shot. I feel like Medusa should end up answering the challenge and beating Bruce.
And then throwing the crown in the garbage.
That's right. Burning it. Oh, God. Oh, yanking her down by her hair. Have you found out who this is yet, Dallas?
I'm trying to find it, not spoilers, so give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot if I don't look at this match for a second.
Vertical suplex by Bruce, Miss TNA champion.
Push. Damn it.
No, it's saying Bruce, not push.
No, it says push.
No, it's Bruce.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
The
is.
song is titled Push.
No, but it's just a remix. It's Bruce.
Oh, okay. A remix. Okay. Bruce. Okay. Holy cow.
Power
Okay.
bomb.
Her name is Christy Ricci. Ricci.
Well, she's a RIP right now because Bruce just pinned her for the win.
One of her nicknames is the Total Effin' Package.
What?
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
He just taunted Hermie, and Hermie's asking if he's proud of himself. Oh no! Now he's attacking her some more. Oh, here comes Hermie. Oh, and now he's beating up Bruce with right hands.
Oh yeah, let's go, Hermie. Don't worry,
And a
Hermie.
top drop.
I'm gonna make sure I get you in some of these action shots
Another kick.
on our social media channels.
Looks like Hermie ain't done wrestling yet. Come on, Bruce. Fix your Miss TNA.
Yeah, so that this girl, Christy Ricci, or I think that's how we're saying her name. She's a wrestler. I don't think she's wrestled in a while, but
I don't know. I've never heard of her.
yeah, she hasn't wrestled since 2011.
Goldilocks is with TNA X Division champion Jerry Lynn.
And here we go. He won his title and realized his destiny 2 weeks ago in the ladder match. Jerry Lynn versus Ron the Truth Killings tonight for the NWA Heavyweight Title. I'm freaking ready.
We finally made the 1 hour mark of the show.
Also, if you guys have not gone back to watch Pay-Per-View 12, the clip show, I don't blame you, first off. But secondly, the interview with Jerry Lynn, you'll see it in some images on our social media. He's wearing like these cheater glasses, like little round circle glasses. And it is really funny. I got a kick out of it. Jerry Lynn's like, oh shit.
Whoa.
Is that what you call honky tonk? Ron Killings walked in the interview. Oh, damn right, I'm the best. This is the world title as I show you the back strap.
I was going to say, let me show you the leather.
No flip-flop flying around in the asylum tonight, he says.
Here's the question, Dallas. Does Jerry Lynn hit the middle rope leg drop?
You are damn right he does.
You better.
Oh, he's all that in a bag of chips, he says. You're damn right. Oh.
Whoa.
So Ron Killings basically said Jerry Lynn has to commit homicide to take the title from him.
That's not right.
That's aggressive. Oh, good.
You couldn't have just had the Gauntlet match when Hall and Syxx came out. We had to do Bruce and that chick thing first and then that.
Yep. Okay, so it's Battle Royal rules until 2 people are left. Then their tag team titles will join them in the ring, and then they actually have a tag team match.
So does this mean that all the teams are in there?
At least one member. I don't know if they have both people. Let's see.
Brian Lawler.
Who's his partner?
I have no idea. Steve Corino.
Okay. Steve Corino and Brian Lawler.
That's what I'm guessing. Mountie Brown.
Yeah, okay.
Scott Steiner.
Well, he did. Yeah, Boresh predicted he'd be wrestling by October. There he comes. Brian Lawler just dancing. Super exciting.
Oh, okay.
One member from each team.
So when one guy gets eliminated, both guys aren't eliminated?
Correct.
Okay. I see. I'm not liking the format of this. Oh, the guy has is a tool sign upside down for the bull rash.
Don't get caught in the eye of the storm. Here comes James Storm.
Buckaroo. Oh.
James Storm gets crotched on the rope.
That ain't right. Jesus Christ. How many people are in this match? We have a minute intervals for each entrant?
There's 10 teams.
Jesus Christ. So we have 18 more guys to come out. So this match is at least 18 minutes long?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, no. No, not 18. No, because there's only one. It's only 1 minute, so it's at least 10 minutes long.
Well, 18 guys have to come out. There's 20 dudes.
No, I don't think both team members come out.
There's 20 guys in the match, they just said.
Oh, they did? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was only one person per team.
No, he just said that there's no way 40 seconds just went by. So they're fudging the numbers already. There's no way it went from 53 seconds to 15.
Maybe it did. It's
No
flying
way.
by, dude.
There's no way.
I just want the hot shots to come back out here and hit everyone with their dicks.
You know what? I'm going to check this out. I'm going to do a stopwatch. And I'm going to see if they're fudging the numbers on this shit. Not on this one because I didn't do it in time.
Who's this, Jose, or is it Joel? Joel.
That's Joel. He's the bigger one.
Hit some Hurricane Ranas, some drop kicks on Brian Lawler. Boom. Punch. Boom.
Another one. That's all these matches ever are. Just punching each other and choking each other in the corner.
Yeah, so this should be a fun conversation for the next 18 minutes.
It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait.
And then after that, Bob, we have a tag match. They have to wrestle again.
That's right. And then, what, is it just Lynn and Killings?
I think it might. I think. Well, no, because Buff Bagwell and Road Dogg are doing something, right? Are they?
They're in this. They're in this match.
Oh, they're in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were fighting Jarrett and someone maybe.
No, they're in the fucking match.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna take up most of the rest of the show, I think.
So here you go. They're about to clear. They're at 0. Okay, now I'm doing a stopwatch to see if it takes a minute for the next person to come out. I'm not believing it.
Who's this? Derek Wilde.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. What?
Oh, you know what? It was the team that got pinned.
Was out?
Isn't in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's good.
That makes sense.
Joel. I like Derek. Oh, no. Come on, Derek Wilde. No, he's gone. Damn.
He did one move.
Oh, Lawler just super kicked Joel over the top of the floor.
Okay.
Storm kicking Lawler in the corner. And he's signaling for a tornado DDT, but Lawler counters and then punches him to the floor.
Wow. We're just clearing the ring out right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 53 seconds right now. So are they going to go over the allotted time? This sure looks good. They did.
1 minute.
That's not right. It's been over a minute. Since the last time it went to all zeros, it's been 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Oh, we're fudging numbers.
They're way over.
Oh, there's music. Does it start when they get in the ring and not when their music hits?
It should be when the music hits.
Yeah, it should reset then, yeah.
That took them 118 to do that.
Here's Buff Bagwell.
All right, so then I'll do it right now from when he's entered the ring.
Buff's looking a little bit more buff than last time he was here, I think.
He sure is. He's way stiffer in the upper body.
Yeah.
He would probably get along with the hot shots since they're pretty stiff in the lower half.
Yeah, maybe he's going to help them get some gigolo gigs with him.
Maybe. I like how, but you know what? If he's not trying to be buff anymore, he should definitely not wear his buff gear. Where it says buff. Yeah. He's looking horrible, dude.
It's Buff Bagwell, man.
Yeah, but you know what? He wasn't so like slow and stiff. Okay, so it's they're at 12 seconds left. I They're about 2 seconds off.
That's
even
not
for
bad.
when he entered the ring.
That might be when the timer starts, when he enters the ring. Which then is just going to add a few seconds to everyone's time.
So it looks like it's fairly legit.
New church. Who is it? Cobain.
I don't like Cobain.
Who looks a little bit better not wearing a big-ass white t-shirt this week, but...
Yeah, I'm not really a fan, though.
Still not great, yeah.
It doesn't really fit in for the new church, but whatever.
He's basically Raven right now. Jean shorts.
Absolutely.
Like a creepy-looking shirt that might have Charles Manson on it.
Does it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty
it does. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's definitely trying to be Raven, teach their own, I guess, but... Guy, Bob, can we fast forward to when Raven's in here? Because I cannot wait.
Dude. Yeah, same. I feel like when Raven gets in, that's when it really starts to pick up.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Because I think Russo's a huge Raven fan.
Good.
So he kind of gets the push that he should have gotten if he had returned to WCW in 2000 instead of going to the WWF.
14. 11. 10.
Bagwell's lasted longer than I thought he would.
Hopefully not too much longer.
Okay, well, way to just destroy that positive vibe. I mean, that guy was recently in a horrific crash. I'm trying to...
Yeah, I know. I hope he's doing good. I haven't heard anything else about that.
Yeah.
Ace Steel.
Crazy Ace. He's going right after Cobain there.
Okay, Bob, who's your early pick to win this?
Out of the people that are in this match right now? Well, there's got to be two teams, right?
Yeah, we got to have two teams.
Well, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like the general idea here would be for Scott Hall and Syxx to win. Oh, you know what? Maybe it will be Scott Hall and Syxx against Brian Lee and Ron Harris.
Oh, God. If they did that and that was the attack, that'd be so lame.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
I was sort of thinking I could see them pushing Buff and BG James, too, and like throwing them in the match, but...
Oh, God, I hope not.
Syxx and Hall make the most sense.
I bet you, I don't think they're going to win. So I feel like Jarrett's going to fuck him over.
You know who
because
I think's going to win?
That has to keep going.
Oh, wait, who's coming out here? Flying Elvises.
Oh, it's just Jorge.
Right, Estrada. I feel like they've brought out all like the B people in the teams.
Oh, yeah.
Like none of the main team members have come
100%.
out yet.
Who's going to be the B guy for Hall and Syxx?
I think, to be honest, because I think Hall ends up being the B guy.
Because he's been there long. So he's been there.
Yeah, since Syxx is fresher, so it's like people want to see him more.
I'm intrigued to see how Syxx works here in TNA.
Absolutely.
It's been a long time since I've seen any of his stuff, at least at this stage of TNA, so I don't even remember.
Holy crap, Cobain taking a big head bump off.
Cobain's even selling like he's Raven.
He freaking wishes, man. No one's Raven except Raven.
It's true. Even though he did try to make like Frankie Kazarian to be like him. And Johnny Devine.
Wait, what did he?
Serotonin.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about something else, like something bad happened. I was like, what?
No.
No, I love serotonin.
Oh, here's Brian Lee, primetime Brian Lee, who just took a outsider's edge, and he's perfectly fine. Not even selling it.
Well, yeah.
So, Dallas, you know how on IcoPod I'm always talking about the USWA house shows?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like these are the equivalent of those. So you're just witnessing USWA house shows in 2002.
It does look like it. We got Brian Christopher, too much.
Well, yeah, there's that, but then all the stipulations. And it seems like there's a battle royal on almost every show anyway.
Well,
come on, Marcus.
So be it.
Marcus, don't sell for Jorge Estrada. Come on.
Why, he's in the X division. He's killing it.
Yeah, well.
Cobain, please get the fuck out of the ring.
You're telling me that was... See, that doesn't feel like a minute had gone by.
It's flying, dude. This match is so intriguing, and we're killing it here.
I just don't know.
Who is it? Next entrant. I hear music, but I don't know it. Syxx-Pac. No wonder I don't know it.
Wow. So we were wrong. He's going to clean out. He's going to eliminate everybody. He missed on that kick, but that's okay. It's not Cobain. Cobain doesn't matter.
No, yeah. Look at Buff Bagwell's trying to stop him, and he's just hitting his X Factor and stuff. But because Buff's going in slow motion.
He is. I'm telling you. Buff is definitely not the stuff right now.
He keeps going to the same corner to sell. Thank God. Cobain's gone. Who is Brian Lawler's partner?
That's what I don't know.
The Bronco Buster by Pac, which later he would eventually rip his asshole on.
You mention that every time you see the Bronco Buster.
I don't, like, it terrifies me. Well, you know who else did it too? DJ Z did it too, I think.
You know what? I just noticed that DJ Z is in NXT.
Yeah,
He
is. Yeah.
I saw like a picture on Twitter.
Joaquin Phoenix.
That's his name?
I believe so, yeah. CM Punk. Here we go.
Oh, man,
CM
his
Punk,
partners got thrown out.
I know. They probably heard his song and were like, shit, we got to get his partner out.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to have teams in right now. So we still got...
So who were the first two? Is Brian Lawler and who?
James Storm, who got eliminated.
Okay. So I was wondering if they were doing the same order. So 1 would be Lawler, and then 11 would be his partner. You know, like that type of deal. But I don't know. I didn't keep track of it.
Yeah, I didn't keep track enough. Lawler with a power slam on Syxx-Pac.
Strata beating on CM Punk in the corner.
Boom. 15, 14, 13, 12. Here we go. Who's next? Let's find out.
It's going to be Goldberg.
Da-da.
I don't need a tag team partner. I'm Bill Goldberg.
What if it's Scotty Too Hottie? Jimmy Rave.
That's Wild's partner.
Tilt to World DDT. Kinda.
Yeah, he's sloppy too.
Look at Buff just barely putting pressure on with the choking Lawler over the second rope.
Dude, it's bad luck. I wonder if he's just off tonight. Like
Everyone right now is going so slow. Everyone's just like, who cares? No one gives a fuck about this match.
I mean, if Buff was ever wondering why he didn't get a full-time gig in TNA, you probably just have to watch his performance right now.
I mean, yeah. Oh, Brian Lee, too. Oh, my God. There's CM Punk, wheelbarrow, Bulldog. Come on, who's coming on next? 3 seconds. This is riveting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens here.
Who is this, Ron Harris? Yep.
Fantastic. So that means they're actually tag partners in here.
Big Ron. They're about to knock everyone out.
Oh, there goes Jorge. Oh, no, you hold down.
No way. No way.
He's about to get destroyed. Oh, maybe not.
Well, yeah. And there he goes.
Just a matter of time.
Flying out this Jorge Estrada has been eliminated. And there goes CM Punk.
Man.
And here comes Jimmy Rave.
Jesus. Brian Lee press slamming him to the floor. No, Buff.
Oh my God, he's going to go home now. He's going to sit on the apron and cry.
He's going to quit again. Oh, Brian Lawler's out. We don't know who Brian Lawler's partner was.
Okay. Well, here's BG James. Boom.
Oh, he was partners with Buff, so he's the last hope
I
for
know.
Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Knee drop on Brian Lee. So we got Ron Harris, Brian Lee, BG James, and Syxx-Pac. So last that I know of, we have Chris Harris is the last to come out.
Yep.
Scott Hall.
Yep. And then whoever Brian Lawler's partner.
Brian Lawler was teaming with.
Maybe it's Jarrett.
It's interesting. It could be.
Or it's his girlfriend, April.
I don't know. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, who's this?
Oh,
Jose.
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Forgot about Joel being.
Oh, and we have Sonny Siaki.
Who was Sonny teaming with?
Estrada.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, SATs are officially gone.
Yeah, Jose didn't last long at all.
No. Brian Lee's hair is trying to get out of the ring, I think. His hairline is so far back.
Wow. Oh, H-bomb on 6. I like how they're still calling it the H-bomb even though Don isn't there.
Well, it's fake Don, okay?
Double clothesline. I mean, I don't know if I like that. Ooh. Standing spin kick on Brian Lee by Pac.
Oh, who's that?
It's Brian Lawler.
Damn you, Brian.
Oh, Syxx just got dumped out. Are you kidding me? By Ron and fucking Brian Lee.
Here comes Slash. I forgot about him already, too.
Oh, shit.
OEO.
Slash going right after BG James. Oh, wait a minute. This is a 3-on-1, really?
Yeah.
But I don't know if Ron is technically part of the new church.
Well, neither is Brian Lee.
I thought he was.
Nope, not yet. At least not that I know of.
Did he debut just to be partners with Ron?
Yes.
Oh. Maybe I'm just confused by the look. Like, he looks like a guy that'd be part of the new church. More so than Cobain.
Well, Cobain, yeah. They can bring Tempest back anytime.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, Crowbar. We want you back. We need you back and get rid of Cobain.
It would be fine. Yeah.
Okay, here comes Sonny Siaki. Can we just bring up, how much I love Battle Royals? That one Battle Royal that we might have saw at an independent show in Connecticut. Bless you. That was just
that was Sarah again. That was the third sneeze. But what about Royal? What indie show?
You know that in Connecticut we saw a really great Battle Royal that they put on last.
Yeah.
And I was falling asleep, I think.
Right.
But we paid for tickets, so we kind of stayed.
Right. Yeah, that was a horrible experience.
Yeah, that was a lot. Yeah. That was a day.
Yeah.
This match is a time.
How do we...
Yeah, wait a second.
How do we know Chris Harris is 20?
I don't know, but he just told us, so we don't know two people, apparently. Oh, my God.
Well, Scott Hall is one of them.
Wait a second. He just said something... I know who Brian Lawler's partner right here.
Disco Inferno. Oh, fuck.
He was looking for him earlier.
Oh, okay. I totally forgot about that. Well, this is Disco's in-ring debut then, right?
Yes, in TNA. This is his first time in the ring. Look, I'm just on the outside. What is he doing? And he's officially in.
The funny thing would be if he just got clotheslined over the top.
I thought he was gonna.
I mean, he looks to be in good shape.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Old Glenn.
What is he doing today? Like, is he just doing a podcast with Russo?
I believe he is part of the brand. I think he might still do some independence.
Really?
I know fairly recently. I think as of last year, I'm pretty sure he wrestled at TNA again.
He wrestled again for them?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm
I
pretty
didn't
sure
say
he
you'd
was a producer for a while there, wasn't he?
I didn't say you'd like everything that they're doing. Oh, he wrestled even up to 2020. Like I guess I didn't notice this. Yeah, he wrestled. He wrestled in February.
For who?
Impact.
Oh, jeez.
They teamed him with Johnny Swinger, which is actually a really good pairing.
Yeah. Scott Hall going right after Brian Lee, because if you remember, Razor Ramon defeated Brian Lee for the USWA Championship in 1995. So that feud has to continue, and I'm sure a lot of people thought about it.
And then in 2019, he did wrestle under the Glenn Gilberti name, not Disco Inferno or anything.
Okay.
And he pretty much fought strictly women in Impact in 2019. He won a Knockouts Battle Royal. He lost to Scarlett Bordeaux. He lost to Tessa Blanchard. But he did defeat Kikutaro in Las Vegas.
Well, didn't that kind of tie into his whole opinion on women's wrestling?
Yes.
That, like, Tessa shouldn't be champion or whatever?
They did a lot of stuff. Yeah, good. Okay.
Come on, Chris Harris.
Chris Harris. There we go. They got everyone out here now.
Finally. Took way too long. Wow. So, okay, so Siaki just eliminated himself, essentially. I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Scott Hall, Disco Inferno, BG James, Brian Lee, and Chris Harris. Is that the final 5?
Yeah, it is. I want to think I actually know who might end up winning this, but I don't actually know.
You know what would be... You know what would be funny? If it was Scott Hall and Syxx against BG James and Buff Bagwell.
Well...
And then Buff Bagwell turns on BG James, and we have the NWA. Oh. Jeff Jarrett comes out.
It's the new wrestling organization.
That's right. For life.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. If I'm taking a guess, so that I think makes sense. Not the NWO thing, but like the teams. But way to
ruin my shit, though.
I know. I sort of think that we're gonna get Harrison Storm versus Hall and Syxx-Pac.
Well, looks like we're not doing that.
Never mind.
So it's Storm and Harris against Lee, Brian Lee, and Ron Harris.
Okay. Oh, never mind.
For the love of God, can Harris and Storm please win this?
They need to win.
I like how they have to beg James Storm and Ron Harris to return.
Oh. It's because he's beating them up on the stage.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ron just chokeslammed James Storm.
Jesus Christ.
Jeff Jarrett going after BG James.
This dude's got to be in everything.
Every segment.
Doesn't he have the tag belts? He took them from Bullet Bob. He has the belts.
Does he really?
Well, he did it. He held them up at one point. He stole them.
Okay. Just wild brawling all the time. That's all the show is about. People beating each other up all the time. Doesn't let you breathe. All right. Well, you know what? So do you have to... Is this a regular tag match now?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was going to say, because
NWA
rules. If you have to eliminate both people from your team, the smart thing would be for James Storm not to go to the ring.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Oof, big boot by Leon to Chris Harris. Oh, there's a nice sign there. Bored.
Well, this match is definitely, it's relatable.
It's fitting for the circumstance.
We were following the theme of like it's bad to say it at this show. I was going to say not a bad first hour, but we had one match in the first hour. But
yeah.
But I feel like the first 45 minutes flew by.
They did.
And here we are, and almost an hour and a half in, and it's like, come on.
That's the continued trend for this stuff. Like the first 45 to an hour is not bad, but they can't continue it for the whole show. Come on, Chris. Do it for all your fans. Oh, this is a splash in the corner. Brian Lee with a clothesline. Big Brian Lee. Is that his new nickname? Big? Just Big, not Primetime?
Well, they probably were like, no, Elix Skipper uses that, and we like him better, so he's.
Oh,
he's
I didn't think of that. That's what I was thinking, Don. There's too many Harrises out there.
Too many Harrises, too many Dons. He said it or something like that.
Oh. I really don't think Ron Lee should be winning this at all.
No way, dude. But have Harrison Storm lost a tag match clean yet? I don't think they have.
I don't think so.
Just saying. This is what happens. They get their ass beat and then they get a big victory and they like shock everyone.
Yeah, but it's like with a roll up or something. It's not even like a finishing move, really.
Harris has done a finisher a couple times, I think, but a lot of them are roll ups.
I'm talking about like a tag team finisher, though.
Oh no, not a tag team finisher. Cowboy is going nuts.
Fired up. Buckaroo.
Crowd's getting louder for him though.
H-bomb stops him. Okay, great.
Awesome.
Way to kill the crowd.
We had some hope.
Yeah, we had some hope, and then he just crushed it. Time check here: 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 30 seconds. As Ron Harris is grabbing a table underneath the ring. So that should mean what? We have roughly 25 minutes or so left of this?
Yes, I believe the runtime that I saw was 1 hour 57 and something. So.
Okay, so like 27 minutes.
Don't do it. Don't put him on the table.
No, don't. He has a family.
What the hell is he about to do? Throw his partner out to the ring? Oh yeah, look at. Oh God.
No, there's no way he hits this.
Oh, thank God, dude. Hey!
Okay. Well, there's the roll up.
There's the roll up, even though he was probably under the ropes, but we'll take it.
Yeah, that's all right.
We have new NWA-TNA Tag Team Champions, Ron Harris and James Storm. Or Chris Harris and James Storm.
Yeah, don't mess with us, man.
See, Don West had a point. You get too many of them.
I think it says Rump Ranger.
I was wondering what that sign said, and I don't know what it means.
I don't know what that means either. All right, so Chris Harris and James Storm have won their first TNA Tag Team Championships, and let me tell you, they will win those several times over in TNA.
That's okay. Honestly, I think that these two should have been the first Tag Team Champions, but whatever.
I agree with you 100%. Well, hopefully they have a nice run with it.
Let's hope.
They don't have a lot of matches with Brian Lee and Ron Harris.
We're going to see at least one more.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the kid yelling at Mike Tenay.
He's drunk. You don't know what you're talking about, Don West. Whatever, man. The Cowboys are wicked good.
They're literally yelling into their ears. What the hell?
Yeah. It's trash talking Don West.
Like, yeah, Don, we hate your shirt.
He's wasted.
TNA!
That guy is wasted. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yes, they're the champions. What's next?
Well, security just came over and grabbed him by the face, and he said, okay, I'm good.
They're like, yeah, you need to stop it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What the fuck happened to BG James? He's bleeding bad.
Busted wide open.
That's a fake cut, obviously. They probably just put red dye on that because they're not moving it from his head.
Bob Armstrong is taking a look. I wonder who did that, Jeff Jarrett.
It was probably Bob Armstrong.
Oh, that would be a swerve, bro.
You're an embarrassment to the Bullet name.
You got unmasked by yourself, so screw you.
Everybody knows you have somebody remove the mask. You don't remove your own mask.
Yeah. Time for the World Heavyweight Title. I have a feeling this isn't going to go the next 27 minutes or 20 minutes. I think that it's going to go shorter than that, and then we're going to get a really stupid segment to end the show. What about you?
Well, you know what? You have a tendency of being right, so...
Hey, here's a tale of the tape. Jerry Lynn's been a pro for 14 years, and Run the Truth Killings has been in it for 5. Can Lynn use his experience edge to become the first TNA Triple Crown champ? Who will dictate the pace? And is the contrast in offensive styles gonna... I don't know. There's just no question there. Just says contrast offensive styles. Oh, yeah, here we go, baby.
Born in the telling USA. Us that's what it is. Jerry Lynn needs his own music. Come on.
Yeah.
Step your game up, TNA.
I still need to get a Jerry Lynn shirt. That's on the list.
I need to get a Jerry Lynn action figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn. Maybe TNA Chad has one.
Oh, he might.
I bet you TNA Chad has a TNA t-shirt.
I hope he's doing good for himself, man.
He's probably in jail.
It's in the USA.
Oh, here we go. Ron the Truth Killings. We haven't really seen much of Truth on this episode. He had the one confrontation, but that's about it.
No. Bob, go ahead and check the chat there when you get a second.
What did you send me? Whenever you send me links, oh no. Is this a figure?
Could be.
Let's see. It's from High Spots, though. $30.
Well, yeah, but you asked for it. I'm just sending. Okay.
It is a Jerry Lynn figure.
Yeah, it's the Legend of Professional Wrestling action figure by Figures Toy Company, whose most of their figures kind of look like garbage. Some of them aren't bad.
Yeah, that Jerry Lynn doesn't look great.
No, and I have the Kenny Omega, and it doesn't look great, but I got it signed, and I have it sealed, and that's selling on eBay for a lot of money right now, so I don't regret it.
Wow.
All right, Jerry Lynn is getting a shot at the NWA Heavyweight Championship. Oh, look at that cheap shot by Round the Truth Killings. The different in styles. Who's going to win? Will Jerry Lynn do the middle leg drop? Or middle rope leg drop?
Yeah, the middle leg. What are you talking about?
I was getting excited.
Jeez. Oh, is a Nigel McGuinness figure too? Huh. I was hoping that they would do a Steve Corino. Steve Corino deserves a good figure.
I feel like no, I don't think they did. Though they've also have announced so many of them too, but like half of them aren't made. Jerry Lynn hopping over a lot of strikes here, throwing Truth off the ropes. He's coming back and a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. This is wild.
The excitement is contagious. Jerry Lynn going for a backbreaker. He hits it. That's got to be it. 1, 2. Fast count it, Scott. Jesus.
Yeah, come on. Count faster. We know your brother's hurt backstage apparently, but you know what? Pick up the pace and count.
That exactly. Check up on him. Count a quick fall, and you can go see how he's doing. That's what I would do if my brother, if I had one, if he was hurt backstage, I'd just do a fast count.
But yeah, you gotta
Drop toe hold into the middle turnbuckle. Now, Dallas, if you were a referee, would you call it as a shoot, or would you follow the story?
If you don't, well, if someone does, like, are you talking about more like how people don't kick out sometimes?
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't, you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So I'm saying, if I was a referee, I would be like, hey man, if you don't kick out, that's your fault.
Exactly. It kind of really is, you know?
Yeah.
I think.
Absolutely. Oh, Kelly's sending Lynn through the middle rope to the floor. Both the world title and X Division title are on the announcer's table.
That's a nice visual. I like that.
I was just going to say I like that.
Oh, I almost got knocked off.
Well, he almost broke the announce table, and I would have won.
Are you getting nervous, Bob? They're going to break through that?
I'm hoping they do. Come on. Oh, here we go. It's happening. Oh, face first.
Oh, dude, that was close. That was close.
Damn it.
But I knew it wasn't going to happen.
I think they just said that he landed face first onto the belt.
No, he did.
Yeah. Of course, Jerry Lynn's been busted wide open. Has there been a TNA main event where they don't bleed?
Well, yeah.
Just curious.
I can't name one off the top of my head. I'm sure. Didn't they? No one bled in the ladder match, didn't they?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think anyone bled in the AJ Styles Jerry Lynn the 3 matches, because they had to wrestle after and do the ladder match. So.
Oh, that's true.
But
all right, fine. So you got you did your MythBuster. You won.
But it does happen a lot, nonetheless.
Yeah, an unhealthy amount.
Yeah, and to be fair, Jerry Lynn definitely does a lot.
Oh yeah.
Truth going for up and over, but Lynn wasn't there. But he got to Lynn anyways and gave him kind of like a side slam. Going for the pin from a side slam. Nope.
It looks like Lynn did a pretty decent blade job there.
He's just the best at everything, okay?
I tend to think so. Have you watched Jerry Lynn RVD yet, or what?
Not recently. No, I haven't got around to watching any extracurricular wrestling. I need to.
I give you one assignment, and you don't even do it.
I know. I think I've seen it before. I just don't. It's been a while, and I really want to watch more.
That's the one you want to watch. Living Dangerously. 1, 2.
I watched him wrestle in TNA. Does that count?
No, that does not count.
Fine.
That was like 11 years after their prime.
Stop it.
Well, I'm just saying. That's TNA's trend, man.
Hey.
They get all the good guys 10 years after they were good.
I'm sick of this trash talking. Look at this. Cartwheel. Oh, it was split. He ducks the line and back with a back kick.
Tell me I'm wrong. Ken Shamrock.
He was there when he was good in 2002.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Well, was Ken Shamrock ever good in the wrestling ring?
Yes, he was, man. 1998. He was good in 1998 for like 6 months.
Okay, 6 months. That's a small amount of time to get someone. Jerry Lynn's doing pretty good right now. I mean, he's the X Division champion.
Yeah, okay.
They got everyone, man. Anyone. Name them.
No, they all suck, man. Jeff Jarrett sucks.
Oh,
he was better in 92 than he was in 2002.
He wrestles the same.
Oh.
Hey, we're fighting on the outside here.
He did it better in 92.
Bloody ass Jerry Lynn against a guardrail. Those guys in the white shirts definitely got blood splattered on them. I guarantee it.
Eventually, they put that on eBay.
Jerry Lynn's blood stained T-shirt for Pay-Per-View 13.
Do you want my white polo shirt from TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View where Jerry Lynn bled on me? Well, you can get it right now for $14.99. Oh, face first into the ring steps.
That's all I hear in the crowd.
Yeah, this girl's reminding me of that annoying chick at WrestleMania 8. She just kept on yelling for Shawn Michaels.
Oh, he's pouring blood.
Yeah, it's a good blade job. Oh, now he's got blood on his nice jeans. That's not right.
Well, the thing is that his jeans were also like had red paint on them, but now I can't tell which is blood and which is paint.
Oh, I can tell which one's blood. It's the part of the red that wasn't there when he came out originally.
Yeah, well, some of that was there, Bob. Okay, here we go. Look at this. A reverse crab slash arm. Right. Look at this submission. What do you say, Jerry? You gonna tap Jerry? What are you gonna do? Come on, Jerry. We only got 10 minutes left in the show, Jerry. What are you gonna do? Wrestle 10 more minutes or tap out?
Well, you know he can't tap out because his hands can't hit the mat.
He gets verbally quit.
I don't know, man. I think verbal quit.
He got a rope break with his head.
Oh my god.
I like that.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, if Ron the Truth Killings put me in that move, there's no way I could reach the ropes with my head. I'd be fucked.
Your arms would snap off if he did that to you.
Yeah. I am not that flexible.
He's going behind the Truth after ducking the line, and Truth goes behind him. Boom, boom, elbow, boom, boom. Oh, they're up. Oh, what the heck?
That's bad. Oh, so they did it again.
That's fine. That worked out.
I'm getting nervous that he hasn't done the leg drop over the middle rope.
He's got to at least go for it.
Yeah, he's got to at least try it.
Oh,
scissors kick, and he hits it. I like the scissor kick by Ron.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's flexing for the crowd.
He's like, yeah, you like this muscles?
Here we go. 1, 2 count.
There's no quit in Jerry Lynn. You're damn right. That's why he's the X Division champion, and he will soon be the Triple Crown champion in TNA Wrestling.
Which is hilarious that in such a short amount of time that there would be one, but whatever.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how many years did it take for... that was a 3 count.
Yeah, come on.
How long did it take for there to be a Triple Crown winner in the WWE? Not 12 weeks. But yeah. Almost probably like 80 years. Just choking, laying over the middle rope. There's nothing really going on.
No.
This is a clothesline. Lynn, crossbody. 1, 2.
Wait a second. Yeah, they just said it, and there he is. AJ Styles is ringside, so we know what's going to happen there.
He's probably going to screw over Jerry Lynn, but you would think he would want Jerry Lynn to win, because then, guess what would have to happen? Jerry Lynn would have to be stripped of the X Division Championship, and AJ Styles could probably win it back.
Oh, that's true.
Kid Kash. Oh no, this is going to turn into a shoot. This is going to turn into a fuck fest. Okay. Oh wait, this is the X Division supporting Jerry. I get it.
I don't know if Styles is.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, look, they're on the other side of the ring.
Yeah. I didn't know Kid Kash was a babyface in this company.
Neither did I, but okay. Flying Elvis is.
They're definitely.
Sonny Siaki wants a title shot, though, so I know that he ain't out here for support.
That's true. Back suplex by Jerry Lynn. This is funny. The X Division felt the need to come out to support one of their own.
Yeah,
for the little guys.
A little late, though. Like, they probably should have been out here a little sooner.
I would imagine, yeah.
Okay, come on, Jerry. Keep fighting back. Do some punches. Get him over to that middle rope. You know what to do. Oh, back body drop. And boom.
You know what? I'd almost suggest that Ron Killings might be almost smaller than Jerry Lynn in terms of weight.
Jerry Lynn is pretty built, so it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, man.
And with all the blood that he's losing right now, he's going to weigh even less.
Huh. Well.
He's going
Oh, he's calling for it. The cradle, but he's really close to the ropes, so. Oh,
bad drop.
he reversed it.
Front suplex.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh, DDT.
Oh, nice. No, Jerry,
Then
no.
has a cover. 1, 2. What was that? Did Styles put his leg on the rope and then he dropped it?
I don't think he put it on. I think he just hit it off. I'm a little confused.
Oh, he hit it off?
Yeah, that's what it looked like, yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, see?
Siaki crotched him. Oh, no.
Oh, truth or consequences? Or now it's just called the consequence. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Damn you, Sonny Siaki.
Well, AJ's pissed. So that should be next week, AJ Styles and Sonny Siaki.
Why not? I'm down for that match if it happens.
Why not? Yeah. Well, see, that's why I hate champion versus champion stuff, but at least there was a finish. But Killings probably should have just won that. He pinned Shamrock.
Well, yeah, did Killings really need like a cheap finish there, to be honest with you? I mean, I guess they wanted to try to make it look like Lynn is still good as X Division champion, which I get, but...
Well, he is, and it's just the X Division title is the secondary title. So if your secondary champion loses to your main champion, it doesn't hurt the X Division champion.
That's true.
That's what it's there for, to do that.
Well, all right, so Bob, what shitty segment do we have closing the show now? Because we still got time, and there's not any matches.
I think Dustin Diamond is going to come out, and he's going to challenge Ron Killings for a world title match.
Oh, God.
You saw me knock out Tiny the Timekeeper. I'm going to knock you out, Ron. And that's the truth next week.
Oh, what do we have in store next week? We're going to get some announcements. Don West is going to do his classic pitch.
Oh, boy.
He's not standing, though. He's not too hype yet. Oh, Jeff Jarrett and BG James. Oh, finally going to get it settled next week. They're going to settle the score.
Jeff Jarrett and the Rowdy. Why is he putting his headset on?
Because his mic wasn't on. See, now it's on the house speaker.
Yeah, so what is Syxx-Pac and Lawler?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, for those of you who may not have heard. Oh, because he didn't have
the live crowd didn't hear it.
What else we got? Oh, the return of one of the greatest and exciting. One of the former X Division champions, Low-Key, is back. What? Oh, I thought someone was talking. What the
hell? So Ron was trying to give him a handshake, and BG James said no.
And they're saying they were former tag team partners in the WWF.
Yeah, so then Ron Killings just hit him with his belt. And now Jeff Jarrett's here again to close the show, and he's beating up BG James.
Who was surprised? Who? Here comes Scott Hall and Syxx-Pac.
Scott Hall. Fantastic.
Never mind. We're not getting 2 singles matches. We're getting a 6-man tag, brother.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, Bronco Buster on Jarrett. Sure, surprised he's taking that. He's too good for that.
Yeah. Fall away slam by Scott Hall. I wouldn't mind Ron Killings fighting Scott Hall and beating him. That'd be good. Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh.
That was inappropriate. Pump handle, bam. Slam. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, it's DX and the NWA.
So are these the 3 top baby faces then? BG James, Scott Hall, and Syxx-Pac. Oh, we're going off the air right now at 152.
Oh, I must have misread the time. That's a nice surprise.
That's the shortest runtime I feel like we've had.
Oh,
that was 152.36.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you must have thought that 2 was a 7.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that wasn't really. I mean, compared to WWA, that was good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's average at best.
I agree with that, and it really, for me, it was really average because they didn't have a lot of matches. we
No,
had like we had
well, I mean,
very
the Battle Royal Gauntlet thing took forever.
well, yeah, that really killed like a lot
A
of time.
bunch of time, yeah.
I mean, realistically, here's the matches we had. We had Styles, Kid Kash. If you really want to count Screech and Tiny the Bellkeeper, even though it's 42 seconds long, Ace Steel and Punk, Derek Wild, Jimmy Rave, and the Hot Shots. Okay. And then we had the Gauntlet for the Gold. And then we had, like, I guess that's 2 matches. It doesn't even have what I'm looking on, it doesn't even have the Miss TNA match, so which was less than 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, the one that I'm looking at does have that.
Yeah, that you do have that. And then it's like the main event. Like that's it.
Yeah, so here's the amount of time for each match here. So AJ and Cash went 9:56. As you mentioned, Screech and Tiny went 42 seconds. The 3-way elimination tag went 7:13. Bruce won his match against Christy Ritchie in 1:09. Mm-hmm. The tag team gauntlet for the Gold Battle Royal went 23 minutes and 1 second. Harris and Storm beating Lee and Harris was 4 minutes and 55 seconds. So if you combine that all together, you're looking at almost a half hour. Mm-hmm. And the main event between Killings and Lynn was 12:28.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not a lot of wrestling for me on their return show after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. But I thought, like we said before, the first 45 to 55 minutes or so I thought was okay.
If you took out the Screech stuff, the Miss TNA stuff, and realistically, the Gauntlet for the Gold, it's not a bad show. And the Gauntlet, I know that's most of it, Bob. I know.
I like what?
I know I took off half the card, but like to me, like I didn't want to hate the Gauntlet for the Gold. It's just long. It was just too long.
Way too long. Yeah.
So if it was shorter, I would have enjoyed it more. But the other tag matches were fine. Styles Kid Kash was a good opener. The main event wasn't bad. And I'm cool with Storm and Harris finally winning the title. So I mean, there was good stuff on it. It was just like that Battle Royal killed it for me. I was just drained for that. And then the other stuff is just BS. But, you know, as I've said before, the Miss TNA stuff and even the Screech thing lasted very short amount of time, luckily. So I can accept that they were on the show.
Yeah, so I think Cash and Styles was the best match of the night. Mm-hmm. And then the 3-way elimination match wasn't bad. I couldn't get over the large penises from the Hot Shots. That was a highlight of this whole podcast so far, is the fact that they felt the need to make it look like as if they had
the stuff
enormous penises.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to see if they actually appear ever again.
What? The Hot Shots? You don't think so?
I don't know, man. Obviously Chase Stevens does.
Well, that's a good point.
I know that, but I don't know if. Okay, so it looks like they do. Okay.
I don't know. I can't see them going anywhere yet.
Yeah, no, they're still actively competing here.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're close to them being over with.
Okay. Well, I don't want to know yet. We'll find out when the time comes.
I'm not going to tell you. But here's a fun fact. Oh, you know what? I'll do it when we get there. Never mind. I won't spoil it.
Okay.
But yeah, so they are definitely a short-lived group. Actually, I'm lying to you.
See?
Never mind. I'm just going to shut up. They don't compete often, but they actually surprisingly, I guess, last together a decent amount of
time. Okay. I'll take it.
That's all you need to know for that. All right. So I'm going to go thumbs in the middle, but if I had to choose, leaning towards up.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with that, I would say. And, you know, I think, like I said when it was happening, I'm glad we're going to finally have tag team champions and like be able to do something with that. So I think that's going to be a positive.
Yeah, I know. This feels like the first time that we've had a world champion, X Division champion, and tag team champions without it being complicated.
Kind of is. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So next week we got September 25th. I believe that means like we're on a regular format here. for, I think, a good portion. Up until like Christmas time.
Okay. I'll take it.
They don't have a show on Christmas, obviously. Or New Year's. So Christmas and New Year's there aren't shows, but every other Wednesday, or in our case, every Friday, there should be a TNA show coming out. So
cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And before we head out of here, as always, we're gonna do our cheap social media plugs at Cross the Line TNA on Twitter and at TNA Cross the Line Pod on Facebook. And I'm just glad that we're finally getting TNA wrestling back on the feed and not WWA as the only thing. I don't mind them as a bonus to go along, but 2 weeks of just that, I apologize.
Yeah, we were hoping that it would be a little bit better than what it was. But
Yeah.
You know what?
That's okay.
Everybody makes mistakes. It's fine. Not a big deal. But all right, that's all I got for this week. And Dallas, I think that's all you have for this week as well. So for Dallas Gridley, I'm Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.